where my friends go. It was simple. When the end's low, switch the tempo. I got right, I got heart, I won't die, I'ma fight. I go down, bet I strike, I go hard day and night. Money on the line, keep calling. Money on the books, need all that. My kids, they'll be ballin'. Got a real bankroll, not for Instagram. My mama on the line, keep calling. Praying for me, know I need all that. Told me it's not about ballin'. Real blessed, but I'm still sinning, man. I got right, I got heart, I won't die, I'ma fight. I go down, bet I strike, I go hard day and night.
It's day 2 of the LAG Home Series, and that's the beautiful Santa Monica Pier. And this is the final week before the major. Welcome everybody to the CDL HQ presented by USAA. We are moments away from seeing our first match between Ultra and the Royal Ravens, the fellas on your screen right now. And each game from now until Sunday will play a critical role in seeding for next week's major. Well, before we get into things here on the desk and with this incredible gentleman on my right, let's actually take a look right now at our group standings to see exactly where our teams currently sit and how it's going to be shaking up going into the second major. I'm going to actually quickly touch on Group Bravo because I'm looking at OpTic. Obviously, OpTic making a name for themselves yesterday, but also making a name for themselves in the wrong ways in the past couple of weeks. They have to take down Dallas Empire in order to even have a chance of getting into that winners bracket for the major. And then I'm looking at Group Alpha here. Nameless, what springs to mind when you're staring at this?
Yeah, if the London Royal Ravens win their match today, they will be guaranteed the winners bracket. Think about how incredible that must mean to the players on this Royal Ravens roster. They've started the season, it was very tough. They've had a lot of changes, and they went winless in stage 1. To be in that position, having played so great after bringing in Paul X, I think is incredible. So I'm very excited to see if they can do it today. Ball's in their court.
Yeah, it is in their core. I tell you what though, speaking of London and Ultra, we do have a game coming up first, which is involving both of these teams. I want to gauge what you think of these two. Who do you think is the tougher opponent right now, Nameless?
Yeah, I think from what we've seen in stage 2, I'm going to go with the London Royal Ravens. I just think the Royal Ravens, they've just looked better. I mean, they're 2-1. Their one loss being to the New York Subliners, who look like a top 3 team, and they lost both hard points by a very small margin. I think it was like 40 and 15, something like that between the two. And, you know, they could have pushed it to a game 5 and potentially won that series and be undefeated in stage 2. So on the flip side of that, they're playing a Toronto Ultra team who made a change, and they've been struggling. Their only win is against the only remaining winless team in all of stage 2, right? And they still are losing controls. With that being said, like they're 0-3 in stage 2, 2-9 in control overall. It's just not looking good for them. That's the swing mode in the series. They have to get better at it. And if you look at sort of what they've been vetoing earlier in the season, they were vetoing Checkmate, and all the other teams are vetoing Garrison, forcing them to play Raid. 2-6 on that map, but they did have close games where they went to round 5, where they ultimately fell, things like that. So I think that they need to go back to vetoing Checkmate and just improve on Raid, because they switched over to vetoing Raid. It's not working, right? So you got to just improve on Raid. The series depends on it.
Yeah, it really does. You know what? I think for me, London is definitely the tougher opponent. I think Paul X has really been the saving grace for this team, and I think that's no shock to people because obviously things started to turn a little bit when Paul X did come onto the roster, and that pickup was fantastic. I think he's done an incredible job at paving the way for the rest of his teammates, and they're now able to live their best lives. But to your point, Nameless, London need to continue dominating the slaying category, and I think if we're comparing the two rookies in terms of what you said about Ultra's control, Paul X currently sits at a 1.45 and Insight is at a 0.81 in control. That's going to be really hard for Ultra to win that game 3 against London just because of the type of firepower that they're up against here. It's going to be rough. It's going to be a difficult one, but hey, look, we'll see what happens. We like upsets here in the Call of Duty League, don't we? But let's take a look right now at our US Army schedule to see exactly what is coming your way today. Now, we have mentioned we got London Royal Ravens versus Toronto Ultra, the battle of the rookies in the ring yet again, but I've got my eye on Los Angeles Guerrillas versus Atlanta FaZe here as well, because FaZe are back once again and they're ready to whip up another win and probably add it to a burn book that they have of the Call of Duty League here. But look how good they
This is ridiculous,
really are.
Lottie.
This is their categories that they lead in. And
That is ridiculous.
Let me just say, this isn't it. This isn't it. This is one
Why would it
page,
be?
but there's more. There is more, and it's unbelievable how much they lead in. Looking at this across the board names, would you have thought, honestly, heading into this season, FaZe would have had this amount of accolade against them currently?
I knew that they would be really good. I knew they'd probably be the best team in the game, but did I think they would dominate like this, set the record in the CDL? Like, I did not think they would be this dominant. I mean, I think that they've gotten so much better simply from the downsizing. When it goes from 5v5 to 4v4, that's one less player to deal with. That's one less variable on the map, right? Like, in a 2v4 in Search and Destroy, it's more clutchable. You have 4 players that can match up against any other team in the game. You're going to strike gold. And then when you bring in Arcitys as your main AR, who's one of the best at that role, and he's also an in-game leader to take the pressure off of players like Simp and aBeZy, they're going to get so much better, man. So this team, without a doubt, is one of the best teams we've ever seen in Call of Duty. And when you look back into the history of Call of Duty, the last couple teams we've seen dominate like this, it's been like an OpTic, it's been a complexity. Now, I get those are dynasties, and that's a long shot, but this is a dynasty in the making, right? Like, this is a team that can do it. They have the right roster to do it, and so far what we've seen has been absolutely great. These two guys, they have set like the mold of what you want on a Call of Duty team at this point in time. You want 2 dominant SMG players who are great across all modes. And you can see right now that 3 of the FaZe players are in the top 5 KD for this season. It's incredible work unfolding right in front of our eyes.
It really is, and I think more to that point as well, Nameless, is, obviously we have a different team on our hands here as opposed to last season in many different ways. And what are some of the differences that you see from your perspective here?
Yeah, I mean, I think just bringing in Arcitys, like, that was just a power move. I can't believe that all these other teams, like, allowed that to happen. He's such a good player, and him being on this team as that in-game leader, it's just elevating them to another level. I think last year when they had Major Maniac and Priestahh, at times, Priestahh can be a little bit inconsistent. We've seen that last year. And then also Major Maniac, he's a great main AR, but he's no Arcitys. Like, just to be point blank period, he's not that great of an in-game leader compared to him. And, it's just an upgrade on all fronts. They're incredible.
They're looking damn good, that's for sure, and they've got a ton of strengths to show us, and hopefully a little bit more today. We're going to head to a break right now, but when we come back, we have our first match of the day heading your way. Also going to be listening to the dulcet tones of Miles and Chance, and we'll see you guys after the break. Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G. Scuf, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is presented by USAA Insurance, auto, renters and home insurance that's made to help the military community protect what they've worked hard for.
It's Friday, Call of Duty fans, and it is day 2 of the Los Angeles Guerrillas Home Series. And look at these lovely shots of Los Angeles, not a cloud in the sky where I am, and we are very excited to bring you into this matchup. It's going to be a treat, a very important match here in Group A. Toronto Ultra taking on the London Royal Ravens, and chance for one of these teams, it's London, they're basically playing for a shot in that winner's bracket. My name is Miles Crofts, his name is Chance, and we are terribly excited to get into this one. My brother, how are you?
I'm doing great, wearing a blanket, and more importantly, the match is, as you said, on point. London, their fate is in their hands. They can decide it today for the first match, and then the second series we have, well, FaZe, best team in the world right now. We get to watch them go out again, Miles. It could not be a better Friday.
Nice day to celebrate some good Call of Duty fun and games, but yeah, today's matchup is bound to be a very interesting one. You will not find more European Call of Duty players in a single lobby outside of EU challenges. But with that being said, let's now meet our first team. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the London Royal Ravens. Dylan, wow, up over the top, not a single given. London has burst into life.
Shawnee up top, that is a 4-3 for him. There's number 5.
Taking you higher, yeah, the lights getting brighter, out of control, I'm ready to move, I'm ready to go, got something to prove.
Ravens looking to cement themselves as the kings of Europe. London with the late resurgence here in stage 2, managing to turn themselves right around. Dylan, PaulX, Shawnee and Zed. Zed, we now welcome to the squad for the rest of the year. I think he made his announcement today, so big congratulations to him. And of course for PaulX, the rising red menace here on the Ravens team, turning heads all over the place. Chance, it has to be said, mate, they're looking very strong.
They're looking incredibly strong, and well, PaulX is a big factor why. I don't know if at any point in this man's career he was expecting to be playing with a bunch of British people for his introduction to the CDL, but that's where it ends up for him, and he has been making the best of the situation. One of the stronger starts we've had to the Pro League, and I would say the standout for him has been his search and destroy. He's thrown up like a 1.65 in the game mode, so he's been a force to be reckoned with, and obviously one of the main factors why this team is now having quite a bit of success.
Having a great run, but can they keep that run going? Of course, another team that's recently made a change. We see Insight now on the roster for the boys of Ultra. Can they keep the run going? Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, one half of our Kings of the North, Toronto Ultra.
Yeah. I'ma get right in my bag. Why you gonna try to get mad? Everybody wanna keep up. Don't you know I move too fast? I'ma zip right past. Drip all on my swag. Why you trying to size me up? You don't wanna try your luck. Hot as a stove, what did you know? Burn like coal, yeah, you know I go. Way too hot, yeah, really too cold. I'ma keep going till I hit my goals. Better get back when I'm in my zone. Do it for the ones that I know back home. Did it myself, they ain't put me on. Don't you crawl back if you hear that zone. Another level.
Toronto Ultra again. We talk about these team changes, we talk about these up-and-coming big rookies, and Insight has to be on the tip of most of our tongues, but the rest of the squad also looking fine indeed. For Bands, Cammy, Kleenex, the supporting cast for what has been an exciting and quite an explosive entry into the league. Chance, today's matchup should be relatively evenly matched. I mean, I don't think anyone truly knows how this one's going to go down, and we're in for a lot of fun today, that's for sure.
Well, it's an interesting way. Like last time these two teams played, it went to a game 5 was super tight, but that's when Toronto still had methods. That's when half of the roster for the Royal Ravens was different. So I would say anyone that's looking at this right now, London's been on a high, Toronto has been on a bit of a downswing. So I think the expectation is for London to have the advantage, and well, that just means the keys to victory for Toronto. One, obviously the hot start is important, but you do not need to be your own worst enemy. We listened to their comms when they played against FaZe. They sounded dead on the inside. It was a rough spot. They need to come out with the comms at the all-time high, get that energy going, because well, a slow start's going to be punishing, because obviously long term term, well, their control has not been great, one of the worst in the league. And, well, I'd say for Search and Destroy, as long as you kill Paul X on the flip side for London, well, you'll be having a good time.
We will indeed. We will be seeing a Garrison control today, so we'll see what they can bring to the table in that one. But now, Chance, let me have a quick think about this one and let me know what you think about the game fuel keys to victory now for the London Royal Ravens.
I mean, the biggest thing for me in the respawns, that's where London needs to make sure they capitalize, and it's all about the SMGs in my mind. Zed and Dylan have been going crazy once they got the band back together. And on the flip side for Toronto, well, Bance has been struggling quite a bit. CleanX, well, he has his moments, but hasn't been quite the same. So as long as you can shut down the SMGs on the flip side, London is going to be having a field day. And then maybe even more importantly, they have a new pregame ritual that they've been working on through stage 2. It has been working out beautifully for them. But Miles, as we said a little bit earlier, right? London's coming in on a high. Toronto's been on a bit of a downswing, so the expectation might be for London to win the series. But looking at the maps and modes, this is the best possible series and map set that Toronto could possibly ask for. I mean, it's straight down the line. For both the Search and Destroys, they are 4-1 on Raid. It's their best map. And then even 2-3 on the Moscow for Game 5. But on the flip side for London, they've never won a Moscow Search and Destroy. For the garrisons we have for maps 3 and 4, we've never seen this London team play these maps with this roster, so it's a ton of unknown factors. And even for the map 1 Miles on Checkmate Hardpoint, while London's been great, even with this roster, they haven't won it a single time. They're 0-2, so London might be the favorite team to win this series. But again, as far as the maps go, Toronto could not be better.
So interesting to see this one come to an exciting start here on Checkmate. Again, Chance, you got it. It's going to be Toronto with the map wreck, and certainly the vetoes look to be in their favor, but London with current form, that's what they've got to work with. Now, will that translate into a win? Well, let's find out. Into map number 1 we go.
Keep in mind, for this Checkmate, I'd say it's a down-to-the-wire sort of map that London has been having. Anytime you come down to those final hill or two, they've been dropping the ball, so the strong start's important. And, well, the flank that you just get straight away for Dylan might be beneficial. Picks up the 2-piece, gets the clearance, and you see where Paul X just spawned on the map. Well, they got the flip for new.
Yep, it's a great start already. See Toronto now start to volley back. The kills going their way in the kill feed. Answered a nice run for a while, but it is over towards Paul X. Again, a lot of time we'll be saying his name throughout the series. Great awareness. Cammy with beautiful shots down range there. Now on to Dylan, trying to slow these players down. You see the rotation for next starting to work out a little bit. London have managed to retain that side of the map. Zed finds himself a nice one there in the middle as well. So all things considered, Toronto with a great start, but London setting themselves up for success over on the right-hand side of the map.
Nice little bump there, at least able to get inside the hard point. You see Dylan actually just calling out to his teammates where that pressure is going to be coming from, and well, he gets chopped down before it happens. Question is, where's he going to spawn up? Well, gets the corner one in the top right, so he's going to be right back in for the actual fight. And inside the point, well, Seany didn't actually get the information. CleanX did get through to the back, so CleanX trying to cause some problems.
Trying to cause those problems indeed. Insight from up high. Zed just seemingly standing out in the middle of nowhere. It's over to Bance now and manages to find the first. Shots into Dylan there, but again, nice crossfire from London's going to keep him at bay, but Bance managing to survive in what was a very slippery situation. Now, still making the approach in towards the hard point. Toronto do manage to get a man on there. It's going to be Insight now with a quick hold. A contest shortly. Nice backing out, staying alive, waiting for his teammates to make their way forward. Here come the trades. Looking towards that minimap again, we are seeing back and forth from both teams. Paul can't quite win the fight against Insight as well. So Chance, all things up. This has been a very nice P2. It's a late break from Toronto, but the kills keep going. 5 and 4 overall for Insight. Nice bit of work.
Nice little battle for both teams, right? I'd say the opening break and even the rotation over towards P2. Ravens get that slight advantage, but Toronto not having too many issues dealing with the pressure. Now they win their rotation for the first time underneath this P3 hill, and well, the kill is going their way. Vance able to pick up one, and you see the coverage his teammates have. Not an easy hill to lock down, but it's a lot easier when you're keeping all the spawns contained and everyone from the Ravens basically getting trapped towards that old hill.
Yep, great job again from Ultra now to isolate the push from the Ravens. Not going to be able to do too much here. Well, Ultra hold this hill with a nice bit of a lead. Let's see if they can keep this one going. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for an Astro Gaming Listen In with Toronto Ultra.
Still weak on time.
No, there.
Hit with the knee.
Got past.
Kill Seany.
One shot, Dill. I've got artillery. Dill's on time. Dill's on time.
One P2. Left wing. Under left wing.
Listen, I spawn wood.
Yeah,
They're spawning opposite me. Listen, I'm playing deep. I'm playing deep.
He's under plan. Him for plan.
Yeah, one's under left wing, Dill. Absolute on ult. Dill dead on ult.
Nice.
Dead
One minute. Left can do. The fucking way.
Nice. Yeah, let's fucking go. I'm staying on the
I'm pushing. I'm gonna say push.
Dylan, one shot from P2.
He could be top lane. I'm trying to cut this.
Okay, give me street push right now. Time.
Nice, good shit.
One more.
One for Jeep.
Front, pull X. Nice, good shit.
He's gonna be top lane. I'm playing back there.
Yeah, he's low left wing.
Low left wing,
I just see low left wing and top lane.
I'll kill the guy top lane. Dead plane.
Hey,
Top lane.
Stay. Low left wing still.
I'm on the other side.
One top yellow.
Top yellow. Dead. Nice.
Top lane.
One shot there, Sam. I'm watching it.
Top lane on one shot.
Watching their side.
Left.
He's low left. Sean's dead.
Bullets low left.
Yeah, he's coming. All good.
That's
Nice,
nice.
good
Set.
You got a trophy that side.
I still got an artillery.
Looking for Zed. Follow me up top. I'm close on Toby.
He's in cabin. That's good cabin. He's pushed down here.
Nice, good wing.
Nice.
He's hard blocking.
I'm hard blocking.
I'm can channel.
Two top left. Okay, help.
Well, Chance, when we think back to our game fuel keys to victory, one of them was keep the comms going, don't come out flat. And I think if one thing we can say for Toronto so far is they are anything but flat based on that listening.
I mean, you can certainly tell just from the voice of Bance, right? Every single call out is not necessarily frantic, but you can sort of feel the energy and like the dire need to get some of these kills. So he's trying to bring the heat today, and even some of the long flanks that he's had have been paying off. But inside the actual hard point right now, clean and easy setup. Right now that Toronto is able to throw up on board, Cammy causing problems on the backside, and even when he gets dealt with, well, still all of the AR players stacked up in wood, and CleanX, well, just knows has to survive on point. So far, so good.
Yeah, London make their way out the backside of the plane. They will be disembarking, but they disembark right into a lot of trouble. CleanX, Cammy find the kills. It's Paul. He's got the baggage claim, and he has been claimed. Cammy finds another. Big kills all round for Toronto. A great hold here on P5. Not a solid bit of work from London, but they do have a bit of a push now towards the next one. Back over towards the center of the map we go. Dylan with a late grab here. Final 9 seconds going the way unless he dies. All in all, Chance, it's been a very, very nice run from Toronto Ultra. London once again proving to be a little weaker on checkmate, but still plenty of hard point left to play.
And I'd say right now that the problem that they're going to have to solve is pretty much just Cammy, right? He's been frying, it seems like, throughout the first portion of this game, the problem for this squad. But inside the actual hard point, you can see London maybe setting themselves up long term. They got a little bit control of this hill. Admittedly, the contest is coming through, but more importantly, still holding those spawns for new. For Toronto, they're just trying to bully him outside the hill. It comes down to 1v1. Woo! Cammy wins his ones, 21-11 for the Scotsman. Doing his work as well. Can't quite get the third, but doing a lot of damage before he falls.
Oh, look at the ferocity that Toronto is bringing here on this hard point. It's trade central, and they are certainly atop of this one. Massive work from them. Cammy's on a mad one at 23-12 overall. Back over towards the first, and it has just pretty much been all Ultra so far, Chance. But again, eyes on towards the next hard point. Once again, we see London with a rotation, but can they hold on? Final few moments here, which will go the way of Ultra. We heard streaks in the back of there. It will soften up that hard point somewhat. Again, the high roof here of checkmate does make streaks a little bit difficult to use. Bance slips on right through towards the hard point, finds the first kill. Zed now having a scramble for the defense. Bance finds the second. Zed will finally trade him out, but oh boy, a very, very worthy attempt and a decent break now from Ultra.
And you see Shawnee's idea, just trying to buy a little bit of time, but he gets hunted down, and not a lot of pressure on the map right now for the Ravens. They are getting chopped down one by one as they try to approach this hill. Pollux may be able to win just one gunfight, but you can see he's one shot trying to wait for his teammates, but the reinforcements are there. 3 in the feed for those guys. They flood straight through the front. Now it's about the gunfights, and well, Shawnee taking shots from every angle, getting wallbanged from both sides, but the pressure works out. Ravens able to break through, trying to secure those final few seconds to scrap, but even then, CleanX comes through, takes them down, and big gunfights win, keeping the Ravens trapped in their base, and frankly, not letting them get any breathing room or any bit of time.
Massive work on the individual front there from Ultra, but the team is just looking so strong. London still trying to make the approach in towards the third hard point. Spawns out towards the blue side of the map, and they're going to have to now creep their way over. Does Ultra have eyes on any of this? When Paul, Sally does take the back of Shawnee. their players stack up on the approach to the hard point. Paul will go down to a nice nade from Bance, who continues to have a great game at 20 and 16 overall. Zed now in the hard point. He and his counterpart Dylan on the point they go. Trophies up. Here come the reinforcements from London. But you have to identify the push though from Ultra. Here they come. Making their way through the backside of the plane from the 5th hard point. Cammy burst in. First kill, he goes his way. The second so close from Zed. But once again the trades on point for Ultra. 210 and climbing chance. London, they are not looking super hot in map number 1.
Not at all. And again, Cammy just the force right now. 27 kills to his name. And frankly, at this point, you can take your time, play heavy for these kills. You have such a large lead that one good break on this hill or even next or a good rotation, they have so many options to win this game. And well, the pinch is in. Insight trying to come on the flank. And well, Paul X, bit of a problem for him. He's getting shot from both sides. Insight for the hunt on the final one. And even with the big kill from Paul, doesn't make a difference. Clean break on the point. Toronto setting themselves up to win this game.
Yeah, getting it done. Cammy 30 and 20 now overall. The man is on an absolute rampage. You've got yourselves hard point time. It's 20 seconds for the win. London battling tooth and nail to try to get top lane control. It's not going to happen. Back into the guns of Cammy. London once again have to charge. Dylan's up first. The hunt continues as the Flying Scotsman now will go toe-to-toe with his Scottish counterpart, Seany, and he cuts him down as well. Cammy reigns supreme here on Checkmate. 32 kills overall. A moment before victory. And Ultra, what a start here in the series.
What a start indeed, and what an important start for them to get as well, especially in a fashion like that. Again, the stocks of these teams, the narrative, whatever it's going to be, it was high for the Ravens, low for Toronto, but again, Miles, once I saw that map set, it became so much more interesting, and well, Checkmate, a big reason why Ravens with this current roster, 0-3 on the map, cannot find success, and well, frankly, on the flip side, just a big map number 1 from Cammy. I think he went on 2 different 6 or 7 sprees throughout the game, had an absolute field day, and well, the energy from Bance, he can breathe a sigh of relief and relax just for a bit because the performance they needed is the performance that they got.
What a wonderful start for Ultra there in the first hard point. For London, the woes continue on Checkmate. It was a lot closer against other teams, but Ultra had their number. Quick look at the stats overall. We gave Cammy a lot of love, and rightfully so. 5,600 damage, massive bit of work from him. We gave Bance a lot of shouts as well there, and again, I think for Ultra, the damage is, relatively high across the board, but I mean, the trades were so great. They just had each other at almost every single engagement chance. Map awareness on point. Rotations were there for London, but the breaks for Ultra just too good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be that for map number 1. We have a very long and exciting series still ahead of us, but when we come back after this very quick break, it's going to be Search and Destroy. Ultra loving life right now. Let's see if they can keep this one going. When we come back, more Call of Duty action.
Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile.
Now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G. The Call of Duty League is presented by Seany, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armor your eyes with Seany Blocks blue light protection glasses by visiting seany.com/gaming.
Welcome back to the Call of Duty League, friends. And Jane, I'm pretty sure we can see your house from here. Another lovely scenic shot of Los Angeles. And again, it is a glorious day. The Griffith Observatory in the background there. I've been up there. It's delightful. It's wonderful. Another thing that's delightful and wonderful is these new guys to the team. It's paulex and it's Insight. And look at the impact they have had on their squads overall. I mean, if we have one criticism their chance, it's come on, Insight. Get with a program on control. Your team need it.
And I will say, obviously, some of these stats, at least for Search and Destroy, just like a little bit inflated. These guys don't have a ton of repetitions, but I think what those highest numbers show you is just the potential that both of these players bring to the table. Well, for paulex, obviously a big map for him. If he can shut Insight down again for Search and Destroy, this is where both of these players need to shine. And on a map like Raid, well, Toronto could not have put themselves in a better spot. They are 4-1 on this map number 2. On the flip side, just 1-1 for the Ravens. So again, those Search and Destroy woes, man, it was certainly rougher towards the start of the year where I think Ravens kicked it off 0-7 or something along those lines. So they're working on the comeback in the game mode, but Miles, this is the true test for them to see what kind of progress they've made.
And that's the quick scope brought to you by Scump. And again, it's that control that is definitely the biggest worry there for Toronto Ultra. But again, we looked at it in the game fuel keys to victory at the start of the series. That again, we are going to be seeing a garrison control, something a little new here, something spicy, a chance for Ultra to really flex upon us all. But here we go into game number 2, and we're going to raid for Search and Destroy. And chance this, I don't even know where I put these two teams. Again, Ravens managed to transform their Search and Destroy gameplay. Ultra, they've always had, you know, that little bit of special something. You got any predictions for this one right off the rip? I haven't really asked you that, and I don't know your pick'ems, so let's get it.
Well, my pick'ems, I had 3-1 for the Ravens. Again, this is before I even saw the map set. That was like, in my mind going into this, Ravens had all like the wind behind their sails, all the force in the world, whatever it's going to be. Then I saw the map set and I just have so many doubts. Well, you had a strong start for Toronto on map number 1. They're going to follow that up. 2 quick kills, and you talk about mid-map aggression as well. Fighting in through pillars, but this is best case scenario. Get the bomb planted for Laundry, have complete Laundry control, and for paulex and Zed, good luck, have fun. They're going to have to fight these players on a ton of different head glitches.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Toronto have set up perfectly on the defense. paulex flashed out, does manage to land a kill of his own. Zed worried about the flank. The clock is ticking, though, gentlemen. Less than 30 seconds remaining now before you have to make the play towards that bomb. 2 players on the back. It's the Toronto special. All manages to land a little bit of a tag on a 1, but Cleanix is going to immediately reposition. Here comes Zed now, making his way through the pillars. The pinch is on. It's got to be decisive. Zed goes down to Cleanix. Paul, what can you do in the 1v3? The shots are all in, all over the place, and Bance, he will get his second. Toronto with a great start.
A great start, and again, we've talked about like Atlanta FaZe's Search and Destroy. Their first map loss in the game mode was to Toronto on this map, and the biggest factor why is just the aggression that the Ultra like to bring. Another example of it there, right? Even if they're not bullying out for the ring control specifically, well, they take the players down in the middle of the map. Just everyone shows up for the gunfights. Like, I would say worst case scenario for Ultra there, they end up trading out 2 for 2. It doesn't even turn into the worst case, but if that happens, you still get the Laundry control. You still get the bomb down. Like, Ultra always with the aggression, putting themselves in good spots. And if they get those first bloods, makes it that much easier. And well, paulex, couple shots down range, but mid-map control briefly in the hands of the Ravens.
Oh boy, I was going to say for a few moments there, I thought London may have been able to snag mid-map control, but no. Once the gunfights settle, it's going to be a 2v2 split. Over towards the B-bomb site will be the defenders Toronto Ultra, but London, they have managed to plant the bomb. It's Seany and paulex now. With the bomb down at A, trophies are up. And here we go. Now winding up for the punch. You can see paulex watching the rear, and here comes the members of Toronto. First in, Cleanix, big tag. Paul's not able to do a whole lot there. Seany, he tags in, finds a few more. Insight goes down. 2v1 situation right now for Cleanix, but if he can make this timing work out, no, he doesn't. paulex, the first time wasn't so good, but the second bite of the cherry was a delicious one. Round to London.
And just another example of just the aggression being one of the biggest factors in Raid on my mind, especially so for offense. They got the trades through the middle of the map, but even though they didn't quite get control, well, you get the bomb planted for A, you stack up in bedroom, and you're good to go. Both bomb sites just have those like sort of easier sides to watch it from. If you can lock that down, you'll be in a great spot. And well, Toronto right back in the attack. We know it's going to be quick. They're heading over towards B once again.
Back over towards B. London with that mid-map control. Pull X. Uh-oh, Clean X makes his way forward. There's X's and O's all over the place, but we'll see who can tic-tac-toe into each other's spaces. Nice shots again. Patience pays off. London comes on top of the trade. Zed now on the flank. Insight, eyes all over it. Dylan, though, the teamwork once again. The Dylan-Zed combo. It has been blistering so far, but Cammy is certainly making London sweat for it. 2v1 now. Cammy's going to back his way up towards the side of Laundry. And London still trying to deal that damage. Cammy should be able to recover the bomb now and try to make a play here, but Zed and Dylan have actually split up. I talked about that teamwork, the wombo combo, and now they've gone a little solo. Here we go, chance, 40 seconds, 3v1.
And Dylan sort of let this player get out, right? He could have crossed towards kitchen, so they are truly split for the moment. Of course, Zed does have the option for a late flank once Dylan gets the information. Well, Dylan's got it, and Zed, well, he's not going for the flank. He's trying to help his teammate out, but help not needed. Dylan just shreds him as soon as he gets up close, and that is a very strong responsive round coming in from the Ravens. And, well, Paulex and Seany, big reason why. You see how much time that these AR players bought for their teammates, because by the time Cammy got those kills, well, all of his teammates behind him died. The double flank coming through from the SMGs on the Ravens, getting the job done. It's a nice little call and response mid-round, or mid-game adjustment, I should say, coming in from the Ravens. And, well, we saw what they did on round number 1, got that bomb down towards A, and they're going to be going for a similar style. Maybe make some noise over on this side of the map with Paulex and his teammates and try to bait out for the bomb plant. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Dylan's going to get this down for free, and you see Paulex starting right back. They're looking for a similar situation around 1.
Oh, and Ultra's players managed to get there in the end, but Cammy just saw maybe a shadow fly past. But, oh, interesting. Eyes on the bomb. Paulex. Opening kill goes his way. Trades on point. Cammy can't quite find the killer on a Seany. Great damage nonetheless. Oh, and Seany throws a big one from way downtown atop the bedroom. Holding the line now. Keeping an eye on that bomb. Insight now going to be the next player to try to take a crack at it. Bance is going to hit the stairwell as well. So the final 2 members here of Ultra now making their way in towards the point. Bance with a further forward position. Insight finds the kill of his own. And just like that, Zed is going to have to make it a 1v1. 10 seconds on the clock. If Insight makes a poke for the bomb, it could be great. But Zed has just played the clock brilliantly. A tight round nonetheless. It will go to London.
And strategy is the more important factor there, because the gunny was certainly on the side of Toronto. But again, just a nice strat. You're making sure you're making all of these actions quickly. It's the little bit of bait over towards the ring side of the map as you get that bomb down as quickly as possible. And you see that they had enough players for Toronto that were in the middle of the map that were just focused on the players at ring. Well, not able to flood through pool steps, not able to catch this player off bomb. And if you get that bomb down and you don't lose the man advantage, you're feeling pretty good on offense. Ravens with that 3-1 lead.
Insight needed to be getting the kills, standing on that bomb with at least 7.5 seconds remaining to get the defuse, and he doesn't get it. London managed to clutch up. Here we go, chance. Another round. And it's going to be a B hit now for Toronto Ultra. Insight up high. Top R. Phoenix has managed to overtake the bomb site. Tags are in. You see the aggression from Ultra. This is exactly what you talked about previously. Zed, though. Zed makes the read. The first kill goes through. The trades are there. Toronto playing it very safe. And now it's going to be on to Seany. Watch out for the friendly fire as Dylan makes his way forward as well. Good nades. And tag these players up. Cammy, wonderful shots from atop the step. Unbelievable work from the young Scotsman. 3v1 situation now for Paul. He is certainly fighting uphill in this one.
Uphill for the 1v3 in same situation we saw a few rounds ago, right? Bomb planted for Laundry's side, and there's just so much you have to clear out. And even look at the spot that Cammy is playing. You talked about the safe man on the map. There's no hope of going on flanks here, so Paulex going to have to walk straight into him. And, of course, as soon as he walks out of pillars to maybe kill Insight, he's going to get shot in the side. And, well, he reads it well, but too clean of a setup from the Ultra. And, well, the aggression pays off once again. Cammy, obviously, the biggest factor. Well, frankly, just good utility here as well, right? We saw Seany got back down from the nade, gets chopped down to about half health, and well, that is just a feels bad moment when you don't have the HP to take the gunfights. And again, just that laundry control on point. Nice little response from the Ultras. Still, though, they are down by a round.
Yeah, it feels like Ravens are going to lose these defensive rounds when they lose that mid-map control, when they lose that B-bomb site quickly. Ultra, once they're in, they are sweet. Different look now for London on offense. They're attacking in towards the B site very, very aggressively. Toronto's defense more centered towards the middle of the map, but that's not a problem. Able to really spring once the play is afoot. Zed watching the flank there. Flash check, lands a ton of information. In sight by the back of the jungle, by the rock. One will go down. It's even Steven's chance. It's a good old-fashioned 4v4 retake. And here we go. Insight, check your corners. The two-man stack towards the left. Insight finds one. Cammy finds the second. The retake looks great so far. Up to Dylan now. Can he find anything? Couple of shots in. Seany just about wins the gunfight on the front side of the map. A second goes the way of Seany. But here comes Cammy. 2v1 situation. Seany from up high. And it's Cammy v Seany. And Cammy's gonna come out on top. 5 in a row for Cammy and the defuse. What a retake.
What a retake, and well, for Cammy, that is his third 5 spree, at least. It might have been 4 of this series so far. Popped off in the hard point, having himself a nice pair of rounds so far in the search and destroy. And that's in spite of the work from Seany. Great decision just to take the gunfight on CleanX was absolutely necessary, but no 1v4s from him today. That is a beautiful retake for the Ultra. The first time that Ravens try to go to B on the attack, they get absolutely stuffed, so they're going to have to think about that as these rounds progress. And I would say, frankly, for the Ravens on defense, you might just want to stack up on B heavy. That's what they're going to do, because that's where Ultra Street's trying to bully him out. But Seany got the intel. The entire team of Ultra just showed their face in mid, so now you're just trying to keep these players contained.
Sure, he's like, I saw 4 faces. I saw them all. They're coming. The purple coats are coming. Mid-map control all there, Zed. Oh, nice play. Cuts down Cammy. Gets that first blood in and out. No trade there. That's a huge pick. Still, though, B-bomb site, all good for now. PaulX may be able to find something here as he comes in through the backside of Laundry. Nah, Bance. I love this call from Ultra. They're like, look, there's maybe one there. Push him out. Try to find the kill. Now they're spread out on the defense. They've got the driveway side of the map covered. Ring now, full control. They've got somebody watching top Laundry and Insight back over towards his old faithful van. Seany, though, nice angle from atop the rock. We'll see you in league play later. Insight wins his 1v1 on the front line. Another one there from Seany. Zed now the front line finds his last kill, and the B-bomb site is now clear. 30 seconds on the clock. Everyone can have a little confab, pat each other on the backs, and get the defuse done. What a round.
What a round, and honestly, an interesting read from both teams, right? I would say Toronto, every single round so far this game, they've pretty much just bullied out, gone for like the laundry control, get the bomb down on the backside, and well, the adjustments were made off the rip. Ravens, they triple stacked over towards the B bomb site. Turns out nobody's home. Seany doing his best Paul Revere impression, letting everybody know that mid-map is what's up. But even still, they still end up getting the bomb down, playing it for Laundry. Nice angles from Seany. Nice double flank retake coming in for the art side of things. So, again, Ravens clearly have done their homework. Still, though, they're looking to figure out how to close these offensive rounds. If they haven't gone to A, they haven't had success. And it looks like B is going to be the play call once again.
Ultra have seemed to train London to worry about mid-map so much that they let them slide on through. And look at the amount of control they've managed to just about sneak over towards A. And oh, Zed! Finish your food, man. Insight almost made that very dicey. This is a decent start from London. B-bomb. All theirs. Cammy getting involved very quickly. CleanX finds a kill. Going to be a 3v1 now. CleanX, what can he get done? Once again, one player on the bomb, one player towards the Laundry side, one player. Seany, though, gets the shots in. The trades are there. And London, as quick as you like, they hold the bomb site. 5-3 now. Map point.
And honestly, all of this, in my mind, it just comes down to good strat calls. Yeah, I mean, this has been a ridiculously fast-paced search and destroy game, and I think almost every single round has just about been decided just by the opening break. Who gets those first kills? Who gets that map control? And this time, well, nice little late double stack from Zig just to catch a player out from Toronto towards the middle of the map and make the adjustments after that, but almost blind aggression from both teams. And we'll talk about just a blind counter as well. It is now a 4-stack on defense on the B site. Well, they're all coming, but inside, gonna call them all out. The SMGs getting shot in the back. Cammy, the cleanup kills with the 74U. He got shot more by his teammates there than it did by any of the Ravens.
Back over to mid-map we go. Seany from Kitchen finds one. Inside takes care of Paul X. He tried to make a bit of a play there. Tried to find the trade. And now Seany in the 1v3. Bomb down. It's a big 1v1 if he can win it, but it's not enough. Cammy with another huge round. 3 kills to his name. A good round from Ultra. One more to tie it up.
And just clean and easy work for Cammy. 2 one-shot players both turned around, and again, his teammates did more damage to him than any of the players from Ravens did, but that was a nice attempt, I'd say, from the Ravens, right? They're going to B just about every single time. They're doing it aggressive, hit him with the 4-stack, but obviously did not pan out. And basically, this might turn into a game of just try to shut Cammy down. 11 kills to his name. Now a 4-stack on defense from the Ultra.
Oh, and it stacks either side. Cleanix with the first blood. Here comes London on the tactical retreat. I mean, it's too hot over there. Back over towards the safety of Garage. But look, we're now seeing the rotation from Ultra. 3 men towards the back. They're going to make their way out over towards the A-bomb site as well. The foot race is on. We are going to see Dylan. He's going to be the bomb carrier. Quick check of all the corners. Able to get the bomb down. Seany has to go massive. And I think if they poke it, Insight could catch Dylan here. Just gets away with his life, but here comes the push. Dylan forward position in Tiki. Can't get anything done there. Seany does manage to get the trade. Insight now, looking over towards that player. The dangerous position now for London Chance is that number 8. It's Cleanix who may be able to find the opening here and make his way forward. Seany still top bedroom. We've got Paul watching the flank as well, but it's a 3-man push through mid. Here comes Cleanix. Sneaking in through the rear. Cleanix may be able to find both of them. This could be huge. Cleanix finds the damage, finds the kills. They're going to land both of them, and that's a massive retake from Toronto Ultra. They're going to tie it all up 5-5. Here we go, baby. One more round.
And the teamwork on point from Ultra that round. You had the nice little bait and switch inside Tiki to take down Dylan. First player slides in, next man's there for the cleanup kills, and then perfect bait and switch up top. Cleanix gets the intro where he's going to fall. Bance is there for the finish. Beautiful stuff, and well, maybe the more important part, again, these first bloods have been king. A couple 4-stacks on defense towards the B site. That's the read that Ultra went with last time around. The only success I'd say really the Ravens have had is when they go to 8 off the rip. Well, they're trying B once again, and Ultra, they're going to match them.
Oh, once again, back over towards the B-bomb site. Nades are there. Cleanix forward he goes! Cleanix! The Great Dane cuts down 2 of them. Bance finds 1 more, and just like that, Paul X, the last hope for London here on Raid, and the hunt is on. How much damage can Paul do now? There is a ton of time to work with. But for Toronto Ultra, you set up wherever you like, you keep him pinned in, you watch every possible avenue. And Paul is in trouble now. Here they come. Cammy will be the one to get the final kill, and they managed to get it done. 3 straight rounds for the win. Ultra, it's going to be 2-0 in the series.
I mean, they bullied them out in the hard point. The game wasn't even close from start to finish. And, well, they were down, 5-3? Couple rounds, had to win 3 in a row. And, well, they get the job done. Again, whoever the IGL, the in-game leader from the side of the Ultra, making the play calls on point. 2 back-to-back defensive rounds. They say, hey, send everybody to B. We trust the retakes on the other side. As long as we get these first bloods, we'll be good to go. And, well, Cammy, the Flying Scotsman, a force to be reckoned with, having, honestly, probably one of the better series he's had so far this year.
Unreal stuff. With a quick look at the stats again, damage all across the board, great for Toronto. Seany really doing a lot of the work there for London, 12-9 overall, coming in at 2,500 damage, but unreal stuff. I mean, and that was just being outplayed strategically there. I mean, Ultra had map control in every round they won, and even the rounds they didn't win, they really made London work for it. So, all in all, a great look. Hi Joe, how you doing, mate? Let's have a look at that US Army tactical play in just a moment, friends, but it's going to be that final round chance, and it was a clinic there. Ultra showing true resolve, getting it done there in the search and destroy. Now, our US Army tactical play, that final round chance.
And as soon as I saw Ravens go towards B again, in my mind, it just seemed like it was going to all be over, right? Cleanix has been in this position before on attack or on defense. He is on point when he's around ring, and they just get completely shut down. The first couple rounds, when they went up 3-1, one of the best strats that I think Ravens pulled out of the bag is throw 2 bodies over towards the B side, make a little bit of noise, but get the bomb planted on A. The only time they were unsuccessful when the bomb got planted at A was when they were in a 3 versus 4. They're down a man, and Toronto just had good teamwork. Other than that, that's the site where they had their success. They choose not to go there for the round 11, and Ultra, well, we're happy to meet them. play a nice quick round of TDM over towards ring and get the job done. And Tobias Yule Janssen, happy for it. Nice round 11 from him.
Massive round 11 there, and Ultra managed to take the series now 2-0. We've got some fun clips of the Ultra squad getting real excited, real hype over that victory, and rightfully so. What a run it was. But now, crunch time, we go into control. We'll take a very quick commercial break, friends, and when we return, more Call of Duty coming your way. Let's find out who walks away with the series after this.
Call of Duty League is brought to you by GameFuel. Use code CDL2021 for a special discount on GameFuel.com. Tournament audio and team listen-ins are powered by Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amp of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is presented by Seany, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armor your eyes with Seany Blocks blue light protection glasses by visiting seany.com/gaming.
Friday continues to be an absolute delight, and if you're in Los Angeles and the weather's good, you need to get yourself a Mitchell & Ness hat. Snapbacks, strapbacks, and knits, get ready to rep your squad with all new CDL headwear, the collection available exclusively at mitchellandness.com. I could do with a hat today, man. It's a sunny day here in Los Angeles. I dare not go outside. My pale white skin simply cannot handle it. I'm like a geisha under all these clothes. I'm very, very, very white indeed. But here we go, friends. This is going to be a good one. Garrison Control coming up next. Chance, this is a weird one, man, because when we come to think of these squads, we think of Toronto being a little weaker in the control. But we have some fun stats. We're looking at the 40 kill club this season, looking at the maps these players get this one as well. And for Bance, we're going all the way back to Crossroads, where he got his first 40. But Paul, checkmate control. That's where he went wild. Of course, shout out to Clay there, but Chance, going into the control now, how do we think this is going to go?
Well, this is the interesting thing, right? Toronto, again, struggles in control has been a theme for these guys. 2-9 record overall, last in the league. But the thing about that is interesting, and it's something Nameless talked about at the top of the show, they showed us something new, man. We're actually going to be playing on a Garrison Toronto. They're 0-1 on the map, but they've only played it once. They have been having a lot of close games on raid. Well, they go away from that. They move towards the checkmate. That did not go well as a strategy from the Ultra, so they're trying out old map number 3, taking a crack at Garrison, and again, maybe they didn't want to play it too much earlier on, or maybe it just happened to be banned against them consistently throughout the year. Whatever the case may be, it's a new look for the guys. We don't really know what to expect, especially for the fact that Insight, the new man on the roster, things get mixed up a little bit. And then even for the London Royal Ravens, they have a 2-1 map record on Garrison, which sounds great, but they have not played it with this current roster, so it is a completely unknown factor. Even with the control woes for Ultra, I mean, they're shaped up. They're in a pretty good spot in the series, right? They have all the momentum. And frankly, if Cammy keeps shooting the way he has not been answered in the slightest from either Paul X or Shawnee. He's just been feasting all series long. So the Ravens, they're going to have to step up, and they're going to have to do it quick.
Well, here we go. Let's see if Toronto Ultra can continue the feast and can continue to poutine on a show. I'm sorry. It will never happen again today. Let's get in a Garrison, my friend. This is such a great unknown for both squads who let's face it, you know, someone's going to be great at this map, or they're both going to be quite, you know, evenly matched, in which case we've got a real show on our hands. But let's see how we go. Map number 3, the potential now for the 3-0 for Toronto Ultra, or the humble beginnings of the reverse sweep for the London Royal Ravens. Let's get into it.
Yeah, just to backtrack for a second, I don't know if that just, like, if it's my American showing, but I had poutine for the first time. The only time I went to Canada, and my reaction was just like, wait, that's food? I had no idea. That was a culture shock for me, but hey, to Garrison we go, as you say, well, the opening break, maybe kills back and forth again right now. Ravens just trying to be controlled on defense, and Dylan found the opening. He's found his way through, and as soon as he starts racking up these kills, this is already not a fun spot for Ultra to be in.
Poutine's not only a food, it is a privilege. Dylan's run finally comes to an end thanks to Insight. caMi with another big win there on point, 2-0 so far, finally able to start capturing the B point. Over towards A we go as well, that's going to get captured as well. So, dangerous scenes right now for the Ravens. They have to make something happen. Zed from behind, cannot get it done. caMi holds the line, and that's going to be the first ticket B complete. Takes 45 seconds to capture that point alone. CleanX now making his way forward. CleanX, oof. Nice shots. It's like over towards A we go, and instead we're running on the previous patch, so you cannot capture it from the top of the stairwell, top of the plat. And so far, London managed to hold the line. They managed to clear them out towards A, but boy, a lot of damage has been done, Chance.
Oh my God, I thought for a second it was Zed that won the gunfight from up top. It was actually Dylan that took the player down in the hill, but that just means good teamwork coming through. And for Ravens, nice response and bounce back. A was starting to get captured. They deal with the pressure well, get the retake, and frankly, the map clearance that they now have completely on point. caMi, the guy you need to stop though. 2 big kills from him. Dylan all of a sudden the last man up for the team, knows the pressure's coming. Maybe just the good news is he doesn't have to deal with caMi. As you see, he's actually doing a halfway decent job of trying to keep these other players at bay.
Oh, Dylan with a little hit and run, able to get any more? No, CleanX is going to grab it. B point now secured for Toronto Ultra. He and Bance can now make their way in towards the spawn of the London Royal Ravens, and this is where things start to get dangerous. That front line, London starting to run out of room to work with. Shawnee does manage to make his way straight on towards the point for the quick defense, but here comes the hit from Ultra, slow and steady. Everyone waiting very patiently for someone to make a mistake. caMi will be the first to take a shot at it. The nades are out. Here come the trades. Paul finds one, immediately traded out. Shawnee wins a massive gunfight, but Insight from upstairs now may be able to make a little bit more happen. He's trying desperately to find something there, and the kills land once again, and woof, the Ravens can breathe a sigh of relief. Chance. They managed to finally get out of the A zone.
And I know there's a lot of conversation about who maybe the new James Bond is going to be. Well, Bance maybe taking his shot. 0-7 right now. Not a great start from him. And, well, there's 0-8. Not even shooting back. It is just unfortunate from his perspective. But with 30 seconds left, you're thinking about maybe trying to get a couple kills and get out of your base, but you can't. You got to deal with Zed and Ravens stacked up around Caution, stacked up around the new hill. And, well, Bance able to find his first kill. But hey, there's a second as well. Maybe the opening they need.
And that stick was unbelievable. Now the top has been popped. Will he stop? That's the real question for Bance. Does manage to get a third before going down there. Nice bit of a resurgence here, but the final 10 seconds, Ultra, they have the opportunity to get on the point. They don't necessarily have the time. Kills come through mid-map. You love to see it. Still, though, Insight with the final few seconds on the quick contest. Anyone there to back him up? Not a whole lot of players nearby. The Ravens come swooping. 1 second remaining. Bance gets a kill. The Ravens get the round.
Yeah, and I would say just a tough first round for Bance to have. I'd say 2 really good opportunities that Toronto had to win the round on attack. Well, we saw Insight was able to get out basically at the start of the game, right? They were able to get a tick over towards A, but Bance, when he was inside of bricks, I think he ended up getting double challenged, couldn't find a kill, and eventually the swarm on A is there. And even a little bit later on, once that A pressure was nearby, once again, Bance, I think he just gets caught out by Paul X around the backside crate. So not the best first round on offense, but so it goes on Garrison. As long as you clutch up on defense, you'll be good to go. Of course, Toronto looking for that response.
See what they can bring on the defensive rounds. We've talked about this on Garrison time and time again, how it's quite an offense-heavy map. Who knows, though, after the patch change. We'll see that next stage, of course. London through mid. Opening kill goes the way of Dylan. Bance finds a pick of his own. No trades about, but here we go. Let's do a very quick Astro Gaming listen-in with the London Royal Ravens.
Square absolute, and one top green. Square still. I'm watching top green. It could have before one else. One top green and one top. Top green and B. Tools. Go on. Tools, Rangers. Tools. You're not spawning, keep coming back to caution.
One more.
Average. Full white, I'm fucking
play caution.
Play caution.
Average is cutting mid. One's still somewhere, guys.
Yeah, I'm weak. I'm back. No weak. Then keep it dark.
Come on, help me.
Yeah, hang one's in dark. Yeah, just help him on one. I won't caution.
Dark.
Top green.
Top green dead. There's two dead. One's not behind.
I'll get
Died.
med. One shot dead.
He's one spawn.
He's on B. I'm one shot. I'm one shot.
I'm going to green. I'm going to green. I'm going to green. He's hitting me tank. Top green. Top green.
One with spell. Med tanks.
One is hitting me tank.
He's flanking you, but spawn out deep. Yep. He's
Yeah, jumping up green, weak man.
One more.
He's
Oh, chance. It was a little bit hairy, a little bit crazy towards the end there, and that may well be it. Final 20 remaining. What do you make of the Ravens comms?
I mean, the comms sounded great, certainly very frantic as things are going by, but I don't think any of these players are not used to. They can certainly handle it, but the bigger issue right now, only 6 seconds left on the clock. They don't even have the life advantage. They have just struggled on offense. That is as clean and easy of a response as you could expect from the Ultra. That is the defensive round that they needed to tie this one up 1-1, and frankly, again, it really just could not get any better. Never any map pressure the Ravens were able to get.
What a round. Ultra hold the line admirably. We're going to switch sides once again, all tied up 1-1 here in the control. Again, London started this one off on defense. We'll see who manages to wind up with the defensive round. Should we get all the way to that round 5, that will be the difference maker at this point in time, unless the Ravens can find something special on offense. But it's going to be Ultra up next. They will now make the attack. Cammy 13-7 overall. Vance has turned this one around nicely, chance. 6-12 after what was not a great start. But that defensive round really working out for him. Again, the submachine gun players can struggle a little bit on this map if the ARs don't give them the opening to work with. And that's going to be it. The opening you needed. Vance finds the kill. Straight over towards A we go. And that's where the opening play is going to take place. And Cleanix, sadly, a team kill, but still, presence here on the A zone. Here come the reinforcements from Toronto.
Well, trophies are going to be a bit of a problem right there for Cleanix, but they got 2 on point, and frankly, he's just laying out towards A. You see what the idea is from his teammates, right? They're stacked up towards the middle of the map, and caution, but just stack the point. You can just send everybody on A, but maybe they're thinking about the spawn kills. Maybe thinking about this game long term, but if you're thinking about the spawn kills, you better be sure that you are going to get them. Bricks control fully in their hands, came in looking for the trades, able to pick up a big 2. And you see the Ravens, well, they're not even wanting to deal with A anymore. I think they're chalking that up and trying to see if they can make sure that they can keep B on deck. And well, Zed, one of the biggest players on the map for the moment, he's pushed up all the way up towards caution. Not a round we see very often, and even Toronto still have players on the flank. They're looking for this B capture late game.
Oh, Zed's really trying to make some noise in the spawn there of Ultra, but no, Cammy once again finds a humongous kill. Joining the defense, trying to watch these players coming through that green alleyway. And again, for London right now, it is damage control. You've lost the A zone, the more valuable zone by far. B's a lot easier to hit. They've got to do a lot of work now to hold on to this. With 1:40 on the clock, Ultra have just a lifetime to get this one done. Mid-map war continues to rage. Cleanix versus Dylan right now. The spawners for Ultra now making their way forward. Cleanix just managing to survive that engagement. Zed with 1 lane covered. Look at this, Ultra. They're managing to find their way through. There's a few holes here in the defense for London Royal Ravens, and they've just about slipped through. Will the Ravens be able to counter this? Will they be able to get some eyes in the sky? As the defense is starting to get a little shaky, but Trey's either way, chance in sight with a big 1v1.
Yeah, well, they're able to take down Zed, but you take down one player that's coming on the flank, and well, there's another always ready in position. And all Pollux needs to do is buy time, but he gets dealt with, and finally Toronto get a little bit of clearance, can get bodies on the point, and keep in mind for Bance, he's thinking about the late flank once again. Ooh. He might be able to actually set himself up for a couple big kills.
Yep, the late flank is going to be number 6 there on the minimap, trying to find something here, but again, the war raging over by the small door of lights, and inside, can't quite take care of Zed. He has been the man. Holding it down for London. The Ravens now still managing to try to deal with Bance, who's still out and about in bricks. Laying the groundwork for what could be the opening push now for Toronto Ultra. Still, a minute has passed. Oh, Bance manages to find 2. They couldn't deal with him. An absolute menace. 5 in a row right now. Is he able to get any more? This would be unbelievable, but nay, Paul cuts him down. Still capturing the B zone we go. The second tick done. Ravens unable to get the quick contest. Someone's got to make a move here. Cammy, oh no, he falls down the hole. That could well be it though for London. No, the contest! They get the cap in the end, and my, it was a close one.
A close one, but I love that round from Toronto. We have talked about how like defense heavy this map is, and even a map like Checkmate. And I think so many fans and so many teams like complain about it, but I think what we're gonna see as the year develops is just more ideas and more ways of trying to get these breaks. And well, Toronto, they just go A right from the very start, right? They send 2 players up through green. They force their way through. And eventually, as soon as you get that extra couple clearance kills, and CleanX a big part of the reason why, you just dominate over towards A, you get that off the board early on, and all of a sudden Garrison becomes that much easier to win on offense. So nice idea earlier on, and while Toronto on defense, they don't want the same thing to happen again. They have a ton of players stacked around green, but Ravens, to their credit, get those first 2 kills.
Nice run still working out here for the Ravens. Early B contest. You can see the defense there from Ultra. They've gone over towards A, hoping to find those players making the rap. It's only going to be Dylan who's trying to make some noise on that side of the map. He will be silenced. Joining out. The lone man holding towards this position over by B. Nice kills. Nays are going to be all over the place. He will stay alive for now, and that's nice. They do manage to get the tick at B. Shawnee putting in the work basically alone right now. Still, you do not get any time for ticks. It's time for a full capture. Dylan manages to win a 1-gun fight before being traded out. And again, Shawnee still holding the line here on the B zone. And Chance, he's getting it done.
And Shawnee's just desperate for a trophy. I mean, he's been stunned and mated maybe about 7 or 8 times just around this hill. But whether or not they have the trophies, you can see Toronto just giving up that B point, trying to set up for A. But you take down 1 AR player. Shawnee winning a nice, pretty opening kill. Bricks gets dealt with. You got 2 players coming off spawn. This is who Shawnee's looking to take care of. He gets Cammy once again. Knows CleanX is in the back. Takes down another 2. His teammates inside the actual point for the cleanup crew. Inside, last man alive. And to his credit, he stayed alive. Got 3 kills inside of the point. And you can see Shawnee, well, doesn't want to take that one-on-one just yet. He's thinking about the spawn kills, but Ravens, they got a long way to go before they can get back to the point.
Shawnee's run finally comes to an end. He gets himself full streaks through that one. Plenty of time to work with now for the Ravens here on the offense. Insight, a 4 spree. Incredible work to get it done basically alone there on the A point. And over to CleanX now, trying to take care of these players through mid. Make that area safe, push the front line forward. London, though, they're gearing up for a hit through top green. Trophies are there. CleanX has got eyes on. They can now set up for this push. But here comes the artillery from Shawnee. 3 of them from up high. CleanX dodges the artillery. Straight into the kill feed he goes. No kills there with the artillery. And that's going to be a very, very nice adaptation for Toronto. This could well be it. 1:05 on the clock chance. Ravens have got to go.
And that was such a horrible situation, too. You have the streaks to get out towards A. It's actually sort of a perfect case scenario on offense. But you force the players to go into top green for Toronto, and well, they win both the gunfights to get there. So that streak's gone, and actually, it's looking like a Dylan gone too. Didn't even realize when that happened, but talk about making the round that much more difficult. The streaks, well, if you lose those and you lose a man, I suppose the only opportunity you have, you get 3 bodies on point and try to get a clean 4 down.
We have no idea exactly what's going to happen just now. We have obviously lost Dylan from the game. He's fallen from the lobby. The final 30 seconds, though, as you can see, Ultra landing a few kills. We're going to close this game out. Ladies and gentlemen, we have lost to Dylan, and with that, we will close out this game, and we will hit the refs and find out what's going on there. But again, interesting situation to be in. Obviously, tough scenes, man. I mean, what, Shawnee had full streaks. We obviously saw those streaks be used, but you know what, friends? They're gonna work this one out. We're gonna go to a very quick commercial break, and we're gonna leave the bigger brains to find out exactly what's going on here. We will restart and let you know exactly what's happening after this very quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. Who knows what's about to happen? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. We're still working out exactly what happened and what to do now, but an immediate look at Group A's standings. Again, this is London Royal Ravens taking on Toronto Ultra. And as you can see, a win for either team is huge. A win for the Ravens puts them in that winner's bracket scenario. A win for Ultra basically ties them up there with the Ravens, which makes things all that more interesting here in the group chance.
And if I remember correctly, the series that the Ravens and Ultra have after this, well, I think the Ravens have to deal with FaZe. Obviously not fun, but then Toronto, I think, have to deal with the New York Subliners, so that's not really fun either. But for Toronto, they're trying to make it spicy, and of course, if they get the win in the head-to-head, depending on how the tiebreakers work out, there could be three-way ties, it can get weird, but they would be in a very good spot. So biggest series, the difference between starting in winner's bracket and loser's bracket at this point with this level of competition is everything. I don't know if we're going to see a single time this year a team make a loser's bracket run. It would seem incredibly difficult for that to happen. So maybe I'll leave my words after the 5 majors go through, but these teams desperately want to start in the winner's bracket, so both need this win.
It would be huge for either team. So I believe we will be restarting that entire round, and we will keep the scoreline. So, of course, Toronto is sitting at 2-1 over the Ravens. When we restart this one, London will be attacking. So, tough scenes. We're getting real close, though. Again, the lobby's refilling. I'm looking over here. I can see Dylan's back in there. So we're almost there, friends. We're almost there. Again, for the fans across the world joining us, we thank you very much. We hope you're enjoying your Friday afternoon or evening, I would imagine, for the UK fans. And I know there's a lot of you. And Bance, wake up, brother. We're almost back into this one. There you go. Big stretch. As the players now still waiting patiently. We can confirm London will be attacking when we rejoin this game. The scoreline is still 2-1. The Toronto Ultra. They need one round to win this outright. It will be 3-0 unless the Ravens can pull this out. Charles, I want to go back to our game field keys to victory. One of them for Toronto Ultra was show us what you got on Garrison Control. And have they shown us what they've got? They've shown us a little bit of that special sauce, a little bit of sweet something here. It's been a great look so far on the offensive rounds.
I mean, again, just the opening break they had, like, right off the rip to try to get control of that A point. It's those little moments and those little setups. Like, again, we talk about, you know, most of these maps are at least checkmate Garrison. Obviously defensive sided, but as time goes on, you expect these teams to learn and figure out different ways to make a little bit of that magic happen. Well, Toronto pulled some of that magic out early on. Still have the lead, and frankly for them, no reason for those guys to tilt, right? They've been frying all series long, even with maybe somewhat of a rough start Vance had in round 1. He bounced back immediately, not just towards the tail end of round 1, but had a fantastic second round as well. And I'd say Cammy has obviously been a force as well. I think he's been leading the lobby leaderboards in every single game so far, so he has absolutely been on one, and if he does not get stopped, Ravens obviously gonna have problems, but I'd say for them, run it back, get Shawnee streaks again, and take your second crack at using the artillery to get through that A point. That would certainly be the dream situation, but we'll see how it plays out.
If we could turn back time. We can't, though, can we? We can't find a way. This is round 4. Ultra. They win this, they win it all. Right off the rip, it's a little different. CleanX finds that first blood. Bance now looking to slow these players down. Johnny doesn't check left. Paul X doesn't check it either. Oh, it's a long gunfight, a protracted one, but it's going to be Bance still holding mid-map. And here comes the aggression from Ultra, making their way forward. They do let 2 players from London slip through, though. The timing was a little off, and this could hurt. Whoa, Shawnee with a big 1v1 win there. Chance, is this enough space now for the Ravens to make their way forward?
Maybe a little bit of space to move forward, but you see actually Cammy, he's posted up in green alley, so he's going to be constantly causing problems. Well, Bance is sitting inside of the vent room, so he's going to be causing problems too. Getting shot in the back on repeat night now for the Ravens. You take down Bance, you get a little bit of map pressure, but then Cammy is still alive, still causing problems. 3-0 start for him. And finally, he gets taken down, and maybe this is the opening the Ravens need. They get 2 kills to go their way. There's number 3. Bance, the last one alive, and we know he loves to play inside his vent rooms. Do they make the read? Well, Shawnee hears him come up and can't quite win the gunfight, and more importantly for Bance, he stays alive.
All with a nice big turn, the great awareness there. Ticket B, done. They've got 2 players there to hit up out. Oh, CleanX makes his way forward as well. Nice kills, all in all. Ultra, keeping London on the back foot as often as they possibly can. Dylan, runs into a little bit of trouble at CleanX, who mops him there in the vents. And for now, 15 seconds remain. This is it, Chance. This is for the win for Ultra. London have got to contest. They've got to get on point. Final 10. It's going to take a single concerted push. Paul, able to find anything there, find a kill, maybe make the slide forward, 4 seconds to make the go, and no one's in position. It's not going to work out. The kill's there, no one able to get it done. Toronto Ultra, that will be the map, that will be the series, and it was a 3-0 against London. What a result for them.
What a result, and I will say, man, narratives be damned. We come into this expecting Ravens to have the hot hand. They've been frying with Zed on the roster. Paulex has looked great. And for Toronto, they've been struggling, man. Like, Bans is in like the bottom 4 of Control and S&D KDs. None of that mattered. Come out, get the hot 3-0. Cammy fries, everyone from the side of Toronto goes big, and frankly, just a dominant performance, right? You win by more than 100 points in the hard point. You get the 5-3 comeback in the search and destroy on raid, and then the Control, well, dominant as ever. Just stealing so much of the momentum from the London squad, giving it to the Canadian team. And well, again, just to make things spicy, now these two teams have a 2-2 record so far in the standings. Tie goes to the runner for the head-to-head, and that has Toronto for right now. Of course, though, both of these teams have one more series to be played, but if you're a Toronto Ultra fan, you got to be feeling very happy with the performance they brought here today.
Got to be feeling fantastic. We're going to look at our scuff play of the game in just a moment, and it was Bans at the end of round 3 who went on a rampage. We saw him in bricks dealing the damage, and chances, as far as this caster can tell, I mean, that was a massive opportunity for the squad to pick up the win here on offense.
And honestly, like him being the playmaker too, he was just such a nuisance all game long. Even in the round we just saw, right? Just constantly in vent room, going for some spawn kills, wrapping back, playing his life, just doing everything like the expert that he is. But big plays from Benjamin Bance showing up in the Control. And again, worst Control team, or at least worst record in the league, show up on Garrison, get a clean and easy win, and well, just spices things up just a little bit. Honestly, Miles, just to backtrack, they kind of won that series in the maps and modes.
Maps and modes, you called it, mate. You called it in the game fuel keys to victory, and boy, oh boy, did Ultra deliver. Well, friends, that is that. We're all done here for our first series of the day here on Friday. We've got another one coming up, but just before that, after this commercial break, it's going to be Lottie, and it's going to be Nameless, and they're going to be talking Call of Duty. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in and watching. And well, if you didn't know, you can earn a lot of free stuff. Go ahead and click that rewards button and earn it. Connect that account, get the free stuff.
Well, London's post-game meal is going to be donuts all round as Ultra clean them 3-0. What an incredible beginning to our day. I really didn't see London Royal Ravens falling to Ultra 3-0. That is quite
Shocking.
something, folks. But our US Army schedule does present you with another match coming up very shortly, which is LAG versus FaZe. Can't wait to get into that one. But we do have our Group A standings for you. This is our road to the major. Now, there's a lot of different things that myself and names can talk about here because we got a little thing to talk about here with London and Ultra. This was quite a big matchup for London. London really needed to win this to get into the winners bracket with no sweat on their brow, but unfortunately that didn't happen. Both teams now sit at 2 for 2. London needs to beat FaZe to have a chance here, which is rough. Yeah, rough to say the least. And then Ultra needs to beat NYSL, but Ultra does hold the tiebreaker. Yep. So yeah, this is going to be difficult. Who do you think is really going to be seeing the winners bracket?
I mean, it's tough. Like, I still think that London might be the better team. Just had a hiccup there in the vetoes, which we'll get into here in a moment. But looking at Toronto, man, the ball's in their court now. Like, they're playing New York Subliners, who that's not FaZe, right? That's a really tough matchup for Royal Ravens. And then even if they both lose, which they are expected to as the underdogs, they lose the tiebreaker. Ravens will lose the tiebreaker to Ultra. So tough spot for Ravens.
Yeah, it's a very tough spot right now, and I'm sure that they're kind of thinking about what on earth went wrong. I mean, 3-0. I think they were probably preparing for an Ultra that could have been beaten a little bit more. You know, I feel like they were looking for a more rough around the edged Ultra, and that's kind of not what we got there. Nameless, what did you make of it overall?
Well, first I got to give a big shout out to Toronto. I thought that Cammy especially played an incredible series. I mean, he was just playing with so much emotion out there, man. Dominating games 1 and 2, huge big rounds out of them. And on the side of Royal Ravens, you know, I don't hate the map 1 pick. But when it gets to map 2 and 3, I really dislike the strategy that they had going into the vetoes. In that raid search and destroy, I mean, you're looking at a Toronto Ultra team that's 4-1 on that map. That's like their best search and destroy. And you move on to map 3 control. Now, every team in the league has been vetoing Garrison when it comes to the Toronto Ultra match, which has led Toronto Ultra to be 2-9 in control. So why on earth would you let Garrison control get through in the vetoes? Now, I understand you might not have the best record, you know, if you're Royal Ravens on some of those other maps, but it's been proven that's how you beat this Toronto Ultra roster. So I disagree with it, and clearly, I mean, that's one of the major reasons they lost this series, and you know, I think they're going to be kicking themselves in the butt after what they did in vetoes.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely rough there, and the choices coming into that matchup just weren't there. And they probably are kicking themselves right now, Nameless, to be quite frank, exactly what you said here. We do have the London Royal Ravens Stage 2, their road to the major here as well. And it's going to be, you know, it's a rough water from here on out. You know, they're 2 for 2 now. I feel like they were thinking about going into this with a definite 3 for 2 outcome, and that didn't happen. So now they have a ginormous roadblock of Atlanta FaZe waiting in the wings for them for the rest of this week, and that's something they're going to have to prepare for going forward. A lot of VOD, a lot of hope, a lot of luck. You never know what might happen, but it's going to be difficult to say the least, that is for sure. Yeah, it's going to be rough. What do you think about Ultra and their chances against New York Subliners, though?
Yeah, I mean, New York does a really good job preparing, you know, watching VOD and getting ready for their matches, so I don't think they'll make any mistakes like Ravens just did. In terms of the hard point, I think it's imperative that Ultra start out strong and win that first map 1 for momentum going forward, just because of the way these guys play and how amped up you could see visually they were. And I think New York Subliners, being that sort of team with that tenacity, like, they'll be able to come out swinging. So it's going to be a tough one for Ultra. New York is one of the more consistent teams we have in this league. But I'm definitely excited for it because there's a lot on the line in that match for Ultra.
There's a lot on the line, to be honest, this week entirely. We do have our Astro Social soundboard, though, for you from Miles, I believe, who has been on Twitter. He's a Twitter fiend nowadays. He's always on Twitter. You can always catch him with witty lines. He says, Ultra held the goods from all of us on Garrison. Totally caught London there. Group A's spice rating rising with some chili peppers. I like that. I like that a lot. I appreciate the emojis, that is for sure. But I tell you what, we do actually have something pretty major around the corner, that being the major, obviously.
It's lit.
We are going to be seeing you guys Wednesday. It is lit, and it's mind-blowing, you could say, as well. Obviously, April 7th to 11th. Don't want to miss that. Mark your calendars. It's going to be absolutely epic. And after all, it's what we're playing for here. It's what we're playing towards. But we're going to go to a quick break right now. But when we come back, we do have our Game Fuel Victory Spotlight with the one and only Kleenex from Toronto Ultra. He's very hyped about that result. The 3-0. We're going to get his thoughts and feelings right after the break. The Call of Duty League is presented by Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The US Army, what's your warrior? Hello everybody and welcome to your Game Fuel Victory Spotlight. Joining me, I have Cleanex from the Toronto Ultra team. Cleanex, first of all, big congratulations, my dude. That was unbelievable. 3-0 against London Royal Ravens, who we all know have been going on a winning spree as of recent. But you guys just totally shut them down. I want to talk to you about your overall roster though, because obviously you picked up Insight. Things still didn't quite work in terms of what you wanted, but it's turned around this week. What have you guys been working on behind the scenes?
Honestly, the first few matches, it was just all about getting used to Insight on the team, but I feel like we've gotten way more practice in our control. We're looking way more solid on some of the maps we're looking really bad at the start, so I feel like our map pool has been growing, and that's basically what's putting us at an advantage against some teams in the league.
Yeah, definitely. Talking about map pool, I mean, Garrison Control, it was a big turnaround for you guys there. I mean, your control has not been looking so fantastic, but that regain from you has been phenomenal. So, Control, are you feeling a little bit more comfortable as a team there?
Yeah, definitely feeling way more comfortable in Control. We just have to figure out how to play it in matches, because it's played very differently compared to our scrims. It's a bit slower, so I feel like we have to adjust a little bit and adapt our practice towards that. So. And I think we've been doing that pretty well, so we just have to show it in their matches coming up.
Well, you certainly showed it today, man. And I want to talk to you obviously about the next hurdle. You're aiming to get that winner's bracket spot. You did take that off the hands of London Royal Ravens. At the moment, there is still a possibility of them beating FaZe potentially and getting there. However, you guys are facing New York Subliners and you hold the tiebreaker potential too. How are you feeling against going up against this New York roster?
Feeling pretty confident in the team. Feeling pretty good with how we've been playing and how we've been practicing and how we've been showing improvements over just the last week. It's our first time playing them, so really excited to get to play them. Really confident in the guys, so it'll be a good match.
Fantastic stuff. Well, we're feeling pretty confident after that showing from all of you. So congratulations, Cleanex, and thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Well, there you have it, folks. It's been an incredible start to this day. What a showing from Toronto Ultra, 3-0, taking down London Royal Ravens. They do have a speed bump in their way, New York Subliners, coming on later this week. However, we have one hell of a match coming your way right now. It's the final one of the day. We've got LAG taking on the boys in red, the boys that cannot be touched. Atlanta FaZe right after this break.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. It's now time for our final match of the day. We will be going at it with the Los Angeles Guerrillas and Atlanta FaZe. Of course, LAG, our home series hosts so far, and boy, do they have a tough opponent today. And Chance, I think this is what, our fourth 3-0 in a row. I think a lot of folks are expecting this to maybe be number 5 in a row, but LAG can keep it together, steal a map, change the stats. Someone has to beat them eventually.
I mean, you'd think, right? But I'll tell you, Miles, this team is looking damn near untouchable. We even had the graphic at the top of the show. They're first in the league in like 27 different categories, and that's as a collective. When you look at their stats as individuals, it gets even nuttier, man. These players have been crazy. They have been unstoppable just about. They've only lost a handful of maps, and when they lose, they don't lose by a lot. So they're the boogeyman of the league right now, Miles. We just get to see who's going to be the first team to take them down, or when are they, like, I don't know, when do they stop winning? That's the question.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. Now it's time to meet their opponents again, the hosts of our very own home series here before us. Ladies and gentlemen, the Los Angeles Guerrillas.
The Guerrillas getting it done. I'm loving what I'm seeing out of the LAG. Silly finds the first. It's lovely teamwork. My God.
Dealt with the pressure inside the hill and the double nade from aBeZy.
Salt lines him up, finds himself too.
Vivid just has the one to win against Octane.
And Vivid has got his number. Beautiful round. Fantastic execution from the LA Guerrillas. Oh yeah.
The Los Angeles Guerrillas. Chance they've had some nice mixed results. We've seen some standout plays from them. Again, I think the X factor for this team, hands down, it has to be aBeZy. It's a lot of pressure to put on the man, but the rest of the squad, they fly. When he's up and about, things look great. Again, another stick-out player for me has to be Vivid. Brilliant, all in all. And the supporting cast of Silly and Assault certainly putting in the work. But they do have a very strong opponent ahead of them. And again, all things considered, this on paper looks like a 3-0 to most fans. What are we going to be seeing coming out of LAG today? We have to be seeing the A game. Can they be the first to really bring down Atlanta FaZe and end this reign of terror? Chance, are they the squad to do it?
I mean, they might be. They're an interesting team to make it happen, but I will say, like, these two teams have played each other twice. It's been a 3-0 for FaZe both times, and, well, the last time they faced off was in the winners bracket of the first major that we had. FaZe 3-0'd them there, and the Guerrillas have not won a series since then.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, fast becoming one of the hottest names here in the Call of Duty League. Their run is starting to get a little bit too dicey for most squads to keep up. We'll be the first to bring them down. Ladies and gentlemen, the Atlanta FaZe.
Atlanta, Georgia, you magnificent beast, you. This is 2021, baby. And the 2021 Atlanta FaZe are stacked. We got us a member of the Scuff Team of the Year by the name of Simp.
Grabs the bomb, 10 seconds left, and he realizes he can't get to the other side.
The other battle-hardened returnees are aBeZy and Cellium.
Pull away! Cellium! No, he's not even shot down! aBeZy doesn't even need to go fence!
Arcitys is here.
Can he get the angle over the top? He gets the kill! Arcitys with the 1v2 clutch!
Atlanta FaZe.
Atlanta FaZe, without question, one of the most dominant Call of Duty teams we have seen for a long time, and who knows, this could be the beginning of their takeover. Arcitys, Cellium, aBeZy, and Simp, household names in the COD world now, and Chance, as far as the league is concerned, definitely the top dogs.
And their team is just like completely ridiculous. It's honestly, it's such a stacked team, man. You look at the SMG duo, and I'd say there's maybe what, like 7 players, I think SMGs that have a positive KD in the league. Well, Simp and aBeZy are top of the charts. They are like outdoing ARs in the KD category. Simp has been ridiculous. I think he's had like 1 negative search map all year. We talk about aBeZy, talk about the first bloods. Literally nothing but positives to say about the team. And even looking at the maps and modes, pretty much across the board, all strong maps for FaZe, as one would expect, with potentially the exception of the Express S&D. One of FaZe's only map losses does come on the game number 5, but of course, if you're an Atlanta FaZe fan, I don't think you're expecting it to go that far, right? You're starting out with the Moscow, where Atlanta FaZe are 3-0. They're undefeated on Miami, and even for the checkmate they have for map 3, I'm sure you remember it very well, Miles. Last time we saw FaZe on checkmate, they embarrassed the Thieves, right? They literally were just playing with their food on that map. So it is a good map set for FaZe. You see the Moscow hardpoint, how it kicks off. And on the flip side for the LA Guerrillas, they have lost 8 hardpoints in a row in the past couple weeks that they have had. Admittedly, a ton of those are very close games, all within 30, 40, 50 points, but they have been struggling to find a win. And this is a time where They need this win. They need to start out strong.
They need it. And what a team to do it against. FaZe as well. Well, here we go. Off to the races already. aBeZy, the man on your screen there, who has had a wonderful run of things since joining the Call of Duty professional world of approximately this time last year throughout MW. But let's see what you can bring against FaZe. aBeZy's going to get the opening blood. aBeZy in a lot of trouble right now, but a tree. Arcitys going to try and make the push, and he can't quite survive it. With that, 3 kills, we're going to see FaZe with full control of the mid-map chance. Now eyes on every possible lane of attack as they start to pick up hardpoint time.
And they got the setup too, right? You got one man watching street, double stack inside the actual point. You even got aBeZy just to watch. Well, the escalator side of thing, and aBeZy trades himself out, gets 1 kill, and Cellium knows exactly where he needs to look, but frankly, he knows it. Doesn't have to take the gunfight. These players are forced to come to him, and as soon as they go down, you might see him challenge, or maybe Silly, able to put some shots in, clear out the members of FaZe outside the hill, and now you can start trying to push and flip those spawns.
Here we go. Assault trying to make it get dicey on point, but aBeZy's going to find a few more there. And again, we talk about aBeZy time and time again. A devastating player, but for now, Los Angeles Guerrillas bringing this one back. LAG, 2-man on point, stacked up. 2 of them are going to be looking towards that boulevard again, trying to get around that street all the way to the very back side of the right-hand side of the map. And as you can see, that's exactly where FaZe are spawning. Cellium finding kills in the middle of the map. Simp all over the next hard point. Clock's ticking. But here comes LAG.
LAG, though, they just got picked, right? The very first thing that happens is aBeZy gets caught on the steps, and immediately you're forced in a spot where you're trying to take this 3v4, and well, the next 3 players fall, and now it's aBeZy by himself trying to take gunfights to open up the pressure towards the hill. So a couple scattered pushes here on P2. That is not where you're going to find success against Atlanta FaZe, and well, here comes the remainder of the staggered push. A couple bodies just throwing their lives away. And then our rotation towards New, well, Simp was looking for the opening, and the difference maker, honestly, as soon as he knows he doesn't have the clearance, now he's actually just waiting for his teammates to try to trade out these kills on the front. aBeZy, though, picks up a big 2 kills, rotation secured for the Guerrillas, working on the comeback.
Secured for now, working on the comeback indeed, but let's see what FaZe have to say about it. Now time for an Astro Gaming listen-in with Atlanta FaZe.
I died behind the wall.
He's Dustin and Bustin. One shot.
I could like pinch right.
Elbow push right backing up.
On the back.
I can't even see him. Dustin's deep stairs. I think we should play. Nice shit.
He got me. Ledge. He jumped down. He's on top.
They have a trophy.
They're gonna be top
front.
One shot.
Middle Reese. Yeah, make sure. He's in gold already. We're gonna be beat now. Yeah, so tell me. Go on mid. I'm on shot.
I'm going on.
Trying to help you, Tyler. At mid, nice. One more elbow.
Globe, one shot. Nice. Elbow now.
Yeah, one's already gonna be in gold. I have her gold.
Yep, I'm trying to go straight right now. I got Chovy on you.
On team.
Here, Chovy.
On team, bus.
Elbow. Leave it dead.
I'll see bus.
Bus.
Dead.
I push it out.
Hold. Oh, he got me in bus.
No.
We're blocking.
Chris.
I'm
nading elbow too.
Just above pillar weak.
I'll say.
Flash pillar somewhere.
Push up.
Pillar and bus. I have gold window.
Pillar one shot, Vivid on time, and one's jump on
gold.
30 seconds, guys, 30 seconds. aBeZy's in gold.
Yeah, I'm trying to rotate.
On team, bus.
FaZe chance, they sound composed, but we have seen LAG pull the lead right back. What do you make of the comms?
I think the comms, honestly, were just great, right? Pretty much stress-free, clean and easy inside the actual point. One of my favorite moments is just Simp. Well, he was last man alive. He trades out the kills from his teammates, but with no help. You hear the call from aBeZy like, hey, don't get inside the hill. We just need you to stay alive. And well, Simp responds, well, I know. This is a team that knows what they want to do in every situation. And well, it might be comfortable in the comms, but admittedly, incredibly close game. Just a 1-point advantage after the first set of rotations. And well, back to P1 we go. FaZe the first one inside, but aBeZy has a bit of an opening over towards escalators.
Oh, kill comes through. He's going to get himself the artillery now. One more will get himself full streaks. The rest of the squad, they line up towards the middle of the map, and honestly, man, this is a great run from LAG. aBeZy's going to keep himself alive, 11 and 7 overall. 7 kills come in a row, and here comes the push towards the hard point. Cell's lined up. He's got eyes on him. Will they make the right shots? No, we do not see the cruise missile come through. Cellium lands it. You've still got streaks there. Here's the contest in the center of the point. Again, anytime you don't give towards Atlanta FaZe is a great thing right now for LAG. The pinch is on. Surely to make this work out. aBeZy, though, X-Factor player right now, looking very strong indeed. How long can he stay alive? Does manage to get one before being traded out, and all things looking good for LAG. We still have FaZe accumulating hardpoint time, and they still have spawns for the right.
Well, LAG, see the push coming through, right? 3 players over towards Globe. They're all trying to go around, but Simp, clean shots from him with the AK-74U. Last night, by the way, Miracle spawned. Vivid literally just spawned underneath police, trying to shoot a player in the back. Arcitys can't be prepared for that, so they have just been gifted an opportunity to try to break through on P2, but even still, they don't have control of the actual point. aBeZy trying to keep these players at bay.
aBeZy really keeping them at bay, making them do time in the bottom of a police station. With that, Silly just about wins the gunfight. Here come the remaining members of Atlanta FaZe. Charging forward, first in aBeZy. Shots are there. The bait and switch from Cellium now in play, but honestly, chance that 30 seconds remaining, this could be huge. This could all go the way of LAG. But there you go. They flipped him out. Silly doesn't quite make the perfect read. Vivid's going to be there to just slow them down, but how many kills can he possibly get? The answer is none. A lot of damage dealt. But there you go. Final 15 seconds go the way of Atlanta FaZe. On towards the next half when we go, and it looks like FaZe are there first.
And honestly, this is kind of ridiculous from FaZe, right? You get broken on P2 simply because of the spawn that came through from Vivid. Somehow you turn into that, getting the scrap on old and getting the rotation towards new. This is where Guerrillas got a full 60 last time around, but frankly, just looking at this setup, Guerrillas, I mean, they're having to take a lot of time to go through a bank. They get one opportunity to get this break, and well, they're going to use the artillery to make it happen.
Yep, here we go. Guys, open up. They get him off the point for now. No one dies, but again, everyone has been forced inside. Not a lot of players here making their way forward for LAG to truly capitalize on this one. Silly cut down from behind. Vivid making his way through the front, and Assault is at the very, very back of the library section now. So with 30 seconds remaining, you've done your damage and trying to keep FaZe off the point for as long as possible, but man, it's hard work. Oh, it's tough. It's real tough with Simp hitting shots like that at range, and aBeZy sitting at 16 and 11 chance. Rotation's underway. Cell's going to be there first, but LAG looking to make a meal of this one.
And keep in mind, this is 2 hills back-to-back for FaZe. They're dealing with a lot of difficulties, right? Originally the spawn, and then even on their artillery on this hill. Despite all of that happening, they still have a very comfortable lead, and even through the bad spots, they are just making things happen on the map. But this is a nice clean break. You get 3 players stacked up for Guerrillas in and around the point. You even have Bank pushed out, and well, aBeZy gets dealt with, so you have street control. Potential for a strong hill here just on the street. Molt Guerrillas even clear out gold. This is everything they could have wanted, and they're even forcing these spawns towards Bank. This is Guerrillas working on the comeback.
Oh, working on the big comeback. Silly and Assault running the front side of the street. Lays prone. Sim just about gets the kill. Finds himself a 2-piece. Now Vivid. Can he slow down the push from Sim? No, he cannot. That's 3 in a row. The hard point's still in the hands of LAG for now, and aPeZy. He has the silver bullet for that little monster. Slowly but surely, LAG keeping themselves in this one. Arcitys trying to do what he can from the backside of the bus here. And this up and down play, in and out, finding those angles. Huge work from the lead there of FaZe. And with that, just about 20 points separating these 2 teams. Back towards the center of the map we go. And chance, we have a hard point on our hands. This is a fun one.
We have a hard point on our hands, but we got aBeZy, by the way, maybe starting to crank things up just a little bit. Force spree for him, and well, finally gets chopped down, but inside the hill, FaZe once again has control of P1. This is the first time we've seen Guerrillas, though, at least have this hill from the good side and over towards Globe. Assault, I mean, he's spinning in circles. He knows someone's nearby, but the AR gunfight gets won by Arcitys. The opening to FaZe, well, maybe not even looking for or needed, as they have been sitting comfortably inside the hill.
Yeah, this hill, this is certainly the FaZe playground. They love it in here. Round and round they go. These trades, the way they bait and switch, it just works out so well for them. Have the LAG players got an opportunity to make the break? Oh, an interesting spot. Can you wallbang that? You might be able to. Nice one.
I'm writing that one down.
Writing that one down. Cellium's teaching. Decent shots all around. LAG still unable to make the break. They do have spawns for the next one for the time being, and they are really setting up for that. They're like, look, we can't seem to get the breaks here on the first. It's just not worked out. It wasn't a full 60 here from Atlanta FaZe, but it was damn close. Now, over towards second hard point. Gotta go big. LAG's got to hold this perfectly.
They got the clearance right now, right? Players on Globe gets chopped down, though. Vivid knows he's dealing with 2 and doing the smart thing, trying to play his life and gets out of dodge. Has a little bit of help from his teammates, top police, but he does get cut down, and you got the pinch coming in as well. Vivid still spawns up towards new, but players coming through. White Cellium, he finds 2 kills. Last player on street dealt with the perfect pitch and the perfect break from Atlanta FaZe, trying to end the game here.
Oh, trying to end the game. Arcitys deals a ton of damage. Now over to Simp, who's got to slow these players down. Right place, right time. Shots are on point. The damage damage is there, and again, the awareness. You can see where he's looking. He knows where these players are coming from. The reads on Vivid, the kill goes his way. Anyone in a chance to stop this one. Can anyone contest? You can get them off the point, but you simply cannot stop them from running this one home. Atlanta FaZe. The hard point remains theirs, and while it was a closely fought battle for most of the map, LAG can't quite take it to them on Moscow.
Can't quite take it to him on Moscow, and frankly, that is just an overwhelming performance, I'd say, from FaZe, right? Because you have so many good moments from Guerrillas, right? You got Vivid going on the tear, goes on a 7 spree to get the artillery. You had the what? You're going down by 60, 70 points going into this hill, actually, over on P3. They get the full 60, make the comeback. You get the streaks, you get the spawn gift on P2. You have so many things go right. Doesn't make a difference. Game not even close. FaZe, just another comfortable win for them. Another feather in their cap as well. Again, the team has been on point. They're just taking names one by one.
Yeah, one thing I just thought that most of LAG, they managed to keep it individually quite close with FaZe. I mean, just towards the latter half was where things really got spicy, towards that third set of hard points. And honestly, as tight as you like. Quick look at the stats. All in all, damage was pretty good. FaZe certainly started to pick things up again towards that latter half of the match, towards those third set. It just got a little too much for LAG to keep up. But with that said and done, Moscow complete. We are now going to roll over to our next. It's going to be Miami for the Search and Destroy. FaZe, they're still perfect on this map. Will they retain that record, or does LAG have what it takes to maybe steal something in this series? We'll be right back after this break.
The Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G. Scump, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is presented by USAA Insurance. We offer insurance that's made for the military community to help them easily protect what they've worked hard for.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here in the Call of Duty League, coming up on map number 2 between Atlanta FaZe and the Los Angeles Guerrillas. Miami, Search and Destroy. Coming up real quick, but first chances are game fuel keys to victory. Let's talk about Los Angeles Guerrillas first. Even with a hard point done, what have they got to do to get the win here?
Yes, I was doing my best Stephen King impression, writing a little bit of fiction. I mean, I was thinking Scrappy plays in hardpoint, right? It's all those little moments where, like, if people are rotating, you try to hit Scrap, take that 1v1, get the extra 10 seconds here and there, but obviously it doesn't make a bit of difference. There were quite a few nice plays from the Guerrillas, does not pan out, and frankly, I'd say for them, solving the S&D problem, that is the true way that you're gonna have to beat FaZe, but of course for them, it's gotta be through the bottom. They're gonna have to come out with some crazy game plan, some way to orchestrate themselves on Miami, and well, on the flip side for FaZe, well, job well done. Bully them out in the respawns. I'd say Guerrillas, their overall record in hardpoint in control, it's about triple negative. It has not been ideal, so FaZe execute in game number 1, get off to the hot start that they need. And I'd say for map number 2, aBeZy has been somewhat of a thorn in the side of Atlanta FaZe in the 2 series that they played. I would say somewhat because it's been 2 3-0s, but he was a playmaker. We saw a ton of great stuff from him on like the Moscow Search and Destroy, where he's playing aggressive, where he's finding those lanes and actually having that first blood battle with aBeZy. Of course, you're going to need a lot more than just aBeZy to perform here on Miami, because again, just a crazy map for FaZe, undefeated on it, and admittedly, only 2-0, but I think a lot of that comes down to a lot of teams just not wanting to try.
Yep, it's tough, but here we go. Into Miami, left Moscow, we're back on US soil. I wonder if that will spell any different here for LAG. Again, this is a map that Atlanta FaZe have yet to lose on. But everyone remembers their first, and now for LAG, we'll see what they've got up their sleeves, because this is gonna be a crucial one for them, for sure, Chance.
I mean, it absolutely must win, but I will say, I do think Guerrillas is honestly one of the better teams in the league to try to, again, solve that puzzle of Atlanta FaZe's S&D. In a map like Miami could be interesting, right? When FaZe plays something like Raid, they basically just play it like bullies. They just go after map control. If you try to meet them there, well, they're happy to just take the gunfights, but on a map like Miami, you got a ton of options. There's a lot of creative stuff you can do, and Guerrillas, well, we'll see what they have cooked up for this moment. But again, no time wasted. Already with barrage control, looking for these gunfights. Vivid gets the first blood. Crossfire in, and aBeZy, the thorn in their side, picks up the big 2. Cellium already finds himself in a 1 versus 4.
Well, 1 versus 4. Can he get it done? Bombs down. Shots are good. Able to catch an ankle or 2, and aBeZy finds the final kill. And we can tell you this, friends, it's a great start for LAG.
Start from LAG, and well, the kills from aBeZy are there. I think maybe if you the AR trying to take the gunfight against Silly down the lane instead of a man with an SMG, maybe things can go just a little bit different, but you get no trophies in round number 1, unless the round takes up the entire time effectively, so nade's gonna be on point, and that is the start the Guerrillas needed. And again, aBeZy 3-0. What more could you ask for is, well, you see the idea, the bomb, gonna be heading over towards A.
A 3-man split. They're going to be making their way past the pool, but they will run into Arcitys in just a brief moment. Salt basically watching the flank from this position. aBeZy keeping an eye on the cross. If they do make their way out the side of the hotel, they're in trouble. Silly's now been eyed on there by Arcitys. They could potentially overwhelm him with the shots, but he does have backup now. Simp's made his way to the backside of the visitor center, so those unwanted visitors will be dealt with accordingly. It's a 2v3 push right down the beach. Arcitys, right place, right time. Guns up. Here we go. App gets the trade. The bomb's still moving forward.
God, what a commitment from Arcitys just to find that kill as well. And Simp does his job, finds the next pick, and backs down. And you see the reinforcements in. aBeZy wasting no time, going for the fast flank. Simp knows what he has to be because aBeZy's calling out everything for him. This is looking like a nice defensive stand coming in from Atlanta FaZe and Assault. I mean, good luck, have fun, 1 versus 3. Bomb down on the other side of the map. And FaZe, you can see they know he's over here. Got him dialed in, taking care of business. FaZe with a quick bounce back for the win on defense, and maybe Simp gets the best play. But I'll say the commitment for Arcitys just to take the first gunfight and stop that player from getting towards the boat, or the catamaran, excuse me, when he knows that aBeZy was right next to him on the little box. Massive first blood for him, and of course, well, again, aBeZy just having that man for reconnaissance, just calling out, telling Simp exactly where he needs to look.
A target prioritization from Arcitys on point. Still, we saw a lot of life there from LAG. Good defensive reads. Again, the 2-2 split from Atlanta FaZe. Now we'll see that they can bring on offense, and they're going to try the exact same. 3-man push over towards A now. Once again, a 2-2 split for LAG. 2 over towards the A bomb site, 2 in on B, and they're going to be close on B. Salt does get spotted at range by Simp. And There's the tags from Vivid just to push him back. The bomb is committed. I don't know if they have too many eyes on the mid-map section. Vivid's going to try to help with the Simp fight upstairs. Here we go. Bomb still making its way forward, Chance. Seemingly uncontested so far.
And keep in mind, it's incredibly difficult to get this bomb planted if you ever give up driveway control, so aBeZy has quite a bit of pressure on him when he's around piano, and there's no way you would ever expect these great reads from Silly, the patience. You know when your teammates are trying to move themselves over towards A, you're expecting those players to wrap out, but Guerrillas, nice and stagnant, set up the trap, get the first blood, and well, now they can actually afford to give up this bomb plan if they trust themselves for the retake.
Vivid saw the entirety of Arcitys there, knows the bomb's going down on A. The rest of the team should be making their way forward. It's on Simp from the driveway. He's going to watch those players cut through the middle of the map, and here he is. Oh boy, shots on aBeZy were nearly perfect. Cellium over by the catamaran. Eyes on towards the bomb. He's the guy watching that bomb check. Nice shots from Assault. Going to pin him down for now. Vivid does manage to kill Arcitys 4v2. Cell, though, he's the real problem right now. You have to deal with him, and you have to deal with him quickly. Simp's up first. He goes down. Now it's going to be a 4v1 situation. Cell's got to get these kills if he can. There's going to be the trade, and Vivid's in position for the bomb. All in all, a great round from the Guerrillas.
A great round, and again, when you're thinking about how to beat FaZe, if you play them on a map like Raid, it basically comes down to you're going to have to hit them back. You're going to have to play aggressive. On a map like Miami, you got options. This is where VOD review is clutch. You play around these guys' tendencies, and again, you find the first blood on aBeZy, and the way you make it happen, play patient. Just wait up top piano. I mean, that kill comes through 50 seconds, it seemed like, into the round. So, yeah, LA Guerrillas setting up the trap, and, well, trap successful. Nice idea for them for at least the one round that they were able to get. Now you see that bomb. Once again, it seems like Guerrillas, at least early on in this game, going to be favoring that A site. Last time it was Arcitys playing up aggressive towards the beach to take these players down, and looks like they're going to be going for the exact same setup on defense once again.
Yeah, it's the same on the offense. Can they make something different of it? Again, maybe more players making their way forward, more effective trades versus Arcitys, and he's in exactly the same place, and you are just waiting for something to happen. 1 minute now left on the clock. Simp, slow and steady. Here comes the move. Guerrillas making their way forward. LAG hoping to find something, and again, it's Simp. He's just backed away for a moment. Is that going to be enough for Arcitys just to want to make the peak? Is anyone there? Simp gets the kill on mid. Oh, Arcitys jumps up and about. The defense holds. This is huge. aBeZy's going to be able to land one more. Big heavy tags, 10 HP and a dream. And here comes a big one from Simp. Just unfortunately clips the side of that boathouse there. aBeZy last player left alive now. 3v1 chance, 30 seconds. It's all but over.
All but over, and aBeZy, well, yeah, he meets his demise in quick and short order. Nice work there for the defensive round from FaZe. Again, they're rocking the exact same setup, but they were just able to find some of these kills. Maybe these players on Guerrillas are going to have nightmares of trying to cross over towards that boat, because it wasn't just Arcitys putting shots in, it was Cellium from up top visitors. So maybe just a strong enough defensive setup. You might just have to start going towards B and try to bully out over through Garage, because you keep going towards A, you're having to worry about the flank, you're having to worry about all the crossfires being set up, and it's not even fun dealing with one players when they're set up in visitors, let alone Cellium and Arcitys at the same time trying to gun you down. So think about that later on as FaZe, once again, trying to go through Garage.
Yep, they're going to be stacking up big time. aBeZy first blood, nice shots, just about gets away as well. That's a huge pick. Silly towards the backside of the laneway here, and Arcitys eyes on those trophies, expecting a player to potentially be in the corner. Oh, interesting. Fast decision here from FaZe to maybe back on up now that they've lost aBeZy. No first blood going their way. This adaptation could be great. aBeZy once again. It's on him to watch them make the cross. I think he saw Cellium there. And this is tense, chance.
Gunfight from Cellium. He is willing to take this one. That bomb still is not crossed over, and maybe they can isolate Assault, or maybe Assault by himself can just find the pick. Arcitys trying to make a move up the middle of the map, but the trap has been set, and well, Cellium finds an opening, but he's going to be stuck behind, but he does not care, doesn't die to the nade, and that's the opening they need. A 2v4 effectively, I think it might be, and well, the bomb is going to be planted. Driveway control and mid-map control effectively in the hands of Cellium. Stay alive here, you're good to go.
Makes the read on the player's tendency to get a few shots to throw a nade, and with that, an easy kill lands his way. Silly trying to hold the mid push. and it's going to be Simp making his way a little far forward. Vivid's got to watch out for the play on towards the bomb. Shots on a Simp, does land the kill, that's huge, but you still have to make the defuse now, and Cellium is old faithful. He's in position here. Silly has to make something happen. He has to body block, whatever it may be, take the fight. Cellium is going to try to keep them off the bomb. No idea they're there. Here comes the last second poke. Too late though, bomb defused.
I think that might have been a miscommunication. I don't know if Cellium realized where the bomb was planted for. I didn't even realize it earlier on, but yeah, you can see just the defuse spot. Vivid gets perfect cover. He can stretch it over towards the left side. So either Simp didn't give out the information to Cellium or just maybe bad positioning after Simp falls. But either way, that could have been a very tough round for Guerrillas to lose had it gone that way. But hey, get the job done. You get the retake and make sure you take care of that round. That is a big one for Guerrillas to make sure they secure. And well, you see the idea. Vivid might be playing the island player over towards A to make a bit of noise, but certainly are going to be mixing things up. Guerrillas not trying to deal with the same setup from Atlanta FaZe.
Yep, and this is a nice adaptation. It's actually a 2-2 split. So with that, aBeZy bringing what, maybe a Prig this round or a QBZ a little bit closer towards that B-bomb site. It's going to be Silly hitting towards the docks already. Catamaran control there for Vivid. Salt's going to be holding that bomb in towards B. And we're slow. We're real slow this round. We're letting FaZe just get a little nervous. Like, what are they doing? Where are they? Where are these guys at? The clock's ticking, shots.
And I think they might be trying to set up a trap and wait for aBeZy to overcommit. And that's why Silly, I think, is playing his life still over down lower docks. But aBeZy, I mean, he's like a mad dog on a leash. You know he wants to start flying, but being patient so far, still sitting up top. But admittedly, you're actually able to get the bomb a little bit over towards A, but aBeZy is thinking about the first bloods, but doesn't know where the pressure's coming from. Bomb actually going to get planted on A, and this is with a 4 versus 4. This is the best chance Guerrillas have ever had so far on offense.
Well, here we go. Arcitys from up high in a position to maybe do a lot of damage. He's worried about Vivid. No idea. There are a lot of players close by. That's going to be on Simp to try to find something far forward. Assault opens this one up, the first blood. Silly lands a shot punch in the kill feed as well, so that's that other side of the map safe. No worry about the flank for now. Simp and Arcitys, over they go, straight onto the bomb, finds one. Now Simp to the outside of the beach as aBeZy wins a big 1v1 there with the AK-74U, and Arcitys gets cut down as well. And mate, I've eaten all my words there. I fumbled over that massively because Guerrillas have finally managed to break the cycle.
That's really all it comes down to, man. Finally, it was not the same setup, right? Arcitys is constantly playing aggressive up past the bomb. This time, they end up giving up the site effectively for free. The first time they've had an opportunity without the man disadvantage to hold the bomb after they get the plant, and job well done at that. 2 big rounds back-to-back for the Guerrillas. By the way, shouts to aBeZy as well. 8 kills to his name and at least 2 first bloods, I believe, he's gotten in this game thus far. FaZe is there working this bomb over towards A. It looks like Vivid might be going for boat control straight off the rip. The question is, can he get there in time before he gets spotted? And I think successful at that. Boat control and beach control in their favor. Cellium gets caught. First blood for the Guerrillas.
Aye, Captain Vivid. All aboard. Arcitys wants to get on this one. No chance. Going to back on up. And FaZe have just been caught unaware here. So Arcitys marking that trophy over towards boat or over towards the A-bomb site as well. So Simp making his way through mid. They're trying to find some bit of real estate here in the middle of Miami, but chance they may have just managed to slip the net. Are they in towards the A-bomb site?
Oh, they had so many crosses though, but aBeZy doesn't know the second player's there for the trades, but hey, he gets out with his life. That is a big moment because Assault knows a couple players cross through mid-map, spots aBeZy, and no Simp is nearby, hence the nades being tossed out and Assault with the pressure on, trying to stay alive as best as he can. Vivid's here for the reinforcements, but Arcitys hunts him down, gets that first kill.
Vivid there. Oh, nearly. So very close, but Vivid manages to win it. Simp now trying to make it a 1v1, but he can't get it done. LAG are on map point. Here in Search and Destroy against Atlanta FaZe. Miami is their playground.
And I think the round just a few minutes ago, maybe 3 rounds ago, FaZe, it might end up haunting them. 3 big ones back to back to back, and a couple nice strats coming out for Guerrillas to make it happen. Just the aggression from Vivid, getting to that boat straight off the rip, getting that first blood and catching the player off guard. You get beach control, you are feeling very confident about being able to defend the A site. And Guerrillas happy to take their time. Once again, Silly, talk about angles and preparation being done. waiting for someone on FaZe to overcommit.
And that's a quiet one. I like that. That's going in the notebook. aBeZy. He's holding that lane. You would have seen Silly charge on through. Now he and Simp, oh my. As he's left that angle, he has, just for a moment, not a problem. Nice shots, aBeZy almost managing to get it done there. The nade's going to land, but not do anything. Here comes aBeZy. He's going to find something. Vivid gets his kill as well. Silly from still back here. The trades are on point, and FaZe are caught between a rock and a hard place, and Cellium is crushed. It's about time someone did it, and LAG, they take the search. 6-2 on Miami.
And just such a good job, man. The homework has to have been done from this team. I'd say there's one round that FaZe ended up throwing away, but outside of that, that is quite a few rounds that were just dominant coming in from Silly. He finds the first blood. While that's going on the other side of the map, Arcitys thinks he can make a play, potentially thinking about the flank. Well, Vivid is there, ready and waiting. Quite a few nice rounds coming into Miami. That's a nice one for the Los Angeles Guerrillas to get. Nice little bounce back, and you can see FaZe not expecting to lose the search and destroys very often. Of course, though, for the series, it is going to be tied up at 1-1.
That was a cerebral experience there from LAG, managing to just outsmart FaZe time and time again. Big individual wins at times, causing those rounds to go their way. But all in all, the shot calls and the playbook was very deep, very, very exciting to watch. There we go, tied up 1-1. What, 5? No, it was 4 3-0s in a row. 4 sweeps in a row. We will not be seeing a 5th. The stats on your screen there, as honestly, Vivid had a big one, and Silly again. We saw that QBZ come to play, but aPeZy, man, what a search from him. 10-3. Donked on. Chance, I think, is the only way we can really call that one.
I mean, he was the player, right? He was playing over towards Garage the entire time. He had a couple first bloods in that direction, and FaZe basically say, hey, we're not going to be heading over in that direction anymore. So you try to dial in on aPeZy. He punished him for it. Make sure you get a couple good rounds in. You start to go over towards the beach, and Vivid and Assault are going to be raiding there on defense or offense as well. So they put in the work. They did the job. They cracked the code, at least briefly, for the search and destroy. Of course, now the question is, well, they have 2 respawns. They're going to have to at least deal with FaZe. Of course, if it goes to a map 5, I'm sure they'll be happy to play him on Express, but you gotta steal one of the respawns.
Gotta steal something. We're gonna look at our US Army tactical play now, and this is the end of the 9-map search and destroy run for Atlanta, FaZe and Chance. It was another good one coming out of the boys of LAG. This was round 7, and again, Vivid right off the rip, right place, right time. Beautiful stuff.
And it's just playing the map so well, right? This was a moment, by the way, where Vivid was on the boat. I think Simp crossed his line of sight without getting spotted. Then Simp manages to cross Assault's line of sight without getting spotted. But then the third player from the Guerrillas, who was also watching mid-map, just catches these players on the cross. Everyone from FaZe just basically stuck in crossfire, 2v1s, everything. And of course, Vivid doing a nice job just to get these trades, because maybe it got a little bit spicy, but not for the Guerrillas. Dominant performance they had on Miami, got the job done. This is what they were probably expecting to come into the series. That map 1 against FaZe, always gonna be tough. I don't know if FaZe has lost a single one the entire year, so gotta bounce back from map number 2. They provide.
Here we go, Checkmate Control coming up after the break. This series is a lot more interesting than we all expected. We come back, more Call of Duty, friends. Don't go anywhere.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Game Fuel. Use code CDL2021 for a special discount on GameFuel.com. Tournament audio and team listen-ins are powered by Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amp of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is presented by Seany, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armor your eyes with Seany Block's blue light protection glasses by visiting Seany.com/gaming.
I had a dream. I was back in the CDL.
Yeah.
I had a dream.
Ready to have a blast, boys?
Love that about you. I love that. Let's go, baby. Come on.
Let's get it,
fun
boys.
today. Let's get it.
Take your streaks, gentlemen. Check your classes.
Streaks, graphics.
First streak's good. In-game settings, we are valid.
They just get Dylan to talk a little bit. And
He just walked off.
Oh, sorry.
Talk through setups, talk to the guy next to you. Yep. If you're next to someone, let him know.
And they're gonna see my bare feet, bro. No way.
Best of your feet.
Nice, boy. Yeah, because I always put one foot over my other whenever I'm playing.
You don't wear socks? Crisscross applesauce like that?
No, I sit one foot under my left. This leg, every time I get a piece, I just kick my toes up in the air. And I pat myself with my toes and I'm like, good job.
Big facts, yo. Let's have some fun today.
Do you have
Big
energy
facts.
comms?
Yo, yo.
Just make sure also you guys are talking through your setups.
Start growling. That's for sure gonna make it in the video.
There you go, CDL con video. CDL con video. Make sure you watch.
Yeah, I'll come for you, CDL.
CDL, don't put this in hard, CDL.
Wait, let's go in. Let's get it, Porter. Go.
Let's get it.
Get it, baby. They can't keep me out, man. They keep trying to get rid of me, but I keep coming back.
Are my cams good, by the way?
Yeah, they're good. They would have said something. Yeah, everyone's cams are good right now. Is there one here? Yeah, for you here?
No,
yeah. Bro, huh?
Yeah. Get into it there, kid.
Get into it there, boys. Come on. Let's go!
There we go. Dude, I just soaked hell that whole time.
Baby.
Good job, yeah.
Shit, boys.
Go, boys.
I want a kiss from you, Jake. Oh, never mind. Imagine. I want a Joe kiss.
This is comms powered by Astro. You can find all of that on the Call of Duty League's YouTube channel. A lot of fun being had at all times here in the league. Atlanta FaZe, though, being dealt their first loss in Search and Destroy in quite some time, and that 9-0 map spree finished. Chance, is this the beginning? Is this the beginning of the collapse, the crumble of Atlanta FaZe? Will they turn to dust in a snap of the fingers of LAG?
All right, Miles. All right, we're going with that route, trying to set up like that. I'm not too fearful. I will say you're staring down the barrel of map 5, so FaZe, they're going to want to close it out in these next two respawns. And, well, if you're looking to close it out, you're going to want to just shut down aBeZy and Vivid, right? Bottom 5 in all categories and everything but Search and Destroy for aBeZy. And, of course, well, we saw an example of him not being in the bottom for Search and Destroy in map number 2. Had a great game, but if these two players just don't go crazy, I mean, again, it's going to be a similar thing for FaZe. Their SMG players are nightmares on the map. You got to perform at your tippy-top level to hang with the best of them. But, of course, aBeZy, two-time world champ, we know what he has it in him. And Vivid, well, some of his stats this year has been wild. If he can just put it together in just one of these next two respawn maps, again, that Express S&D from map number 5 is spicy. It is one of Atlanta FaZe's very few map losses they've had all year long, and obviously, well, map number 2 might have been a little taste of what Guerrillas can bring to the table, so this is really their goal, man. One of these next two respawns, if it doesn't happen on the checkmate, gotta make it happen on the apocalypse, but hey, if they make it happen here, this will be the first time we've really seen FaZe with a lot of pressure put on them.
Unreal. Well, pressure is on. How will Atlanta FaZe respond? I think that's the biggest question for a lot of fans right now is you put FaZe in a corner, how dangerous do they get? We will soon find out. LAG tie this series up in the Search and Destroy. Now, the opportunity to take the lead. In control. It's going to be a tough one. Here we go. Atlanta FaZe off the rip. We will see them attack first here on Checkmate. LAG defending.
LAG defending, and this is actually a nice little setup too. Just one man in the plane for them. They have double stacked up over towards this A street, but aBeZy, well, First Blood King looking for it, finds nothing. Every single player on the Guerrillas winning their ones, and well, Cellium, last man standing. A dangerous last man at that, but hey, you're on defense on Checkmate. You win the opening break, and you get that map set up as well. Guerrillas with a very nice start.
Yeah, great start indeed. aBeZy's going to be pinned down by the stairs there against Silly's spot right now, trying to make sure that right lane is all safe. For now, pretty good. Backs on up to the zone. The rest of his teammates above him. As FaZe now starting to advance. Will anyone be able to find the opener there? CDL, nice shots onto aBeZy. Doesn't let it happen. Gotta get out of hand real quick. Assault finds his 1v1 as well. Assault with a nice two-piece. Any more to be had? No. Cell, once again, last player left alive for his team. Over towards the A zone he goes. But wonderful stuff from LAG. They are playing this defense great so far.
Oh, just suffocating. Again, just the complete map spread, taking your time, letting the gunfights come to you. And, well, now you get the setup once again. aBeZy, talk about the gunfights going to a player. Shreds Cellium off of that plane wing. And, well, Cellium's able to find his next pick. So aBeZy wants to make his move. That's the final player going to fall. Clean 4 down for FaZe. And now they get the opportunity to attack the Mad Dog in the plane. aBeZy, he's looking for the spawn kills. And while he's getting those, obviously his teammates stacked inside the point. One tip progression already through.
You're going to try to fucking lean these players off the A zone. Here comes Vivid up first. Arcitys and Cell, they're going to get the shots through. Silly's in a lot of trouble. Cellium's upstairs in the plane as well. aBeZy now trying to find the kills from behind. Simp lands those with 20 seconds or less than remaining on the clock. The A point will be secured. A minute 16 now to work with. Atlanta FaZe, give them an inch and they will go a mile. Now with the opportunity to get onto B, and straight away they do. Pressure now mounting for LAG. They have to find these kills and overwhelm that position they've got so far. And Chards, look, they're just capping it. They are capturing the point. Assault finally slows it down. Great play overall.
Cellium, the last player, FaZe up top. He gets dealt with as well. So the stabilization is there, but that is a scary moment, potentially devastating on the side of Guerrillas. But hey, you're able to find these kills, get the clearance, and try to keep that plane control as well. Vivid trying to stay alive. You imagine Simp's going to hunt him down, and well, Simp, maybe the player now being hunted. Vivid looking for these kills, and you can see FaZe, they are taking their time on this push, and well, Vivid, big kills for him. Managed to take down Arcitys just before he fell.
Brilliant work. 35 seconds now left. Simp looking to find the openers from behind. Nice trade all in all. Silly manages to land that kill. aBeZy's going to be there to make the push forward. Final 30. Here we go. aBeZy's upstairs. Big snap. Not enough to get the kill on the Vivid, but once again, Atlanta FaZe trade out. Silly now and aBeZy making their way forward. Cell. What a snap that could have been, but aBeZy wins the fight from behind. 25 seconds on the clock, pinned now. As Arcitys once again going for the cap. No one able to stack up just yet, but the kill still coming through for FaZe. Here comes the contest, and once again, it's aBeZy. He manages to stay alive. aBeZy now making his way forward. The shots are on once again, and the defense is holding. Final 20 seconds. FaZe have been pushed back. Kills coming through from Vivid once again, and LAG will just about hold it together. No lives left now for Atlanta FaZe. It is 6-4. And oh boy, LAG, they don't let it get away from them. The life count now all even before we lose Arcitys, and a great round from LAG.
That is an incredibly important round for them to get, man, because that got very spicy very fast. As soon as there was the opening, the clearance over towards A, I mean, they had to deal with so many things. Simp pushed up through the A street, was thinking about some spawn kills. Cellium, obviously, in the top of the plane was devastating. And just the amount of teamwork that FaZe is able to put together and how fast they're able to get these things done. They are not a fun team to deal with, but Guerrillas handle it very well. And keep in mind for Vivid, on a 4 spree for the moment, maybe about 3 more of those kills, or maybe even just a capture over towards a point, might be able to be thinking about some score streaks.
That'd be great. That'd be, I mean, again, on Checkmate, not the most useful, but be a lot of fun to see if we can grab a couple. Here we go. LAG making their way forward. Nice bit of work towards the A street. aBeZy finds one. Teammates backing him up. Can't quite get the second. Silly seems to have the kind of the kryptonite right now to find a few kills against these FaZe players in those 1v1s, and if he can keep that up, they're looking great. Vivid backs up, plays his life, stays alive. 17 HP left, still on the run for streaks. Chance, Simps in your base. Simps in from behind. Oh, Salt, big win.
I want to say just an underrated part of a lot of these pro teams' game as Vivid gets dealt with. He was the man playing for streaks, and he was having a grenade land at his feet every 5 seconds. Never a moment where he could breathe, and that is just good nade attack coordination coming out from Atlanta FaZe. And well, aBeZy thinking about some spawn kills, shoots one player in the back there for the trades on aBeZy as well. Silly, the last player alive, he's stuck on A bomb. He gets cleaned up, and now for Guerrillas, everyone pinned inside their base.
And this is the blender. This is what it looks like. aBeZy's still good. He's still alive. He's got 17 HP, and he's still going to try to make something happen here. aBeZy finally starts handing out some spanks at the front of that tube, and still making the push forward we go. LAG have 20 seconds to work with. Big nades, big kills from Cell up top lane. Simp's going to clean up the final few players. And at this point in time, it's damage control for LAG. They don't want to let the life count get out of hand because right now, it has been a rough round. 21-14 with FaZe in the lead and the life count. Final few seconds. aBeZy's going to find one more to take with him. And aBeZy and Simp, though, chance. They just light up the kill feed.
Light up the kill feed, indeed. One of the things we showed on graphics earlier about this Atlanta FaZe team, they're not quite the #1 team on attack rounds for control. That, of course, goes to the Subliners, but they are the #1 team when it comes to attack rounds, KD, which, of course, if you're the best on defense, as long as you're finding the kills on offense, you'll be good to go. But what do we see map #1? Might have been a defensive win, but there was only a 1 life difference at the end of the round. What do we see there on defense? Well, it was dominance. I think it was an 8-kill advantage for FaZe there. So if we're thinking long-term, thinking about that potential round 5, FaZe have certainly set themselves up in a nice potential spot. But of course, also for FaZe, well, they just want to win the rounds on offense.
Oh, see what they can do. First round opening break wasn't great. aBeZy, though, much better the second time round. You know what? Oof, I was going to say, all in all, across the map, the rest of the members of LAG managed to land their kills, and they managed to stabilize that push. Was looking very aggressive there from FaZe. Simp, back lane, trying to not let anyone from LAG come forward, and so far he's doing just that, but ants in his pants as he makes his way forward. How long can he hold this one for? Just under a minute left now. LAG chance of holding this one down.
And LAG just giving them nothing to work with. aBeZy just the patience of a saint, sitting up in the top lane for so long, and he's able to find 2 big kills before he gets chopped. And well, Silly might be one of the last players up for the Guerrillas, but the reinforcements so quick to come through, and it's just a containment right now. FaZe just struggling to get their spawn. The only opening they have is towards this A point. Admittedly, they get 2 bodies inside, but as far as plane control goes, Guerrillas, they've just dominated so far on defense. And aBeZy, well, that means might have a free flank he can go on.
Well, he's going to find one. Still stacking up towards the A zone now. Here comes the push from Assault. Nice kills. Great nade from Vivid. Arcitys having to play this from way back, but honestly, LAG keeping the kills good. 23-18 in the life count. LAG with the lead. Silly with the aggression. Lovely shots. And chance. Another 20 seconds will pass. Silly will maybe find a few more kills. And this has been another great defensive round from the Guerrillas. Can they keep the life count in their favor in this next round? Or will they manage to win an offense? That would be it right now for the Guerrillas. And honestly, to take the lead in this series, unprecedented.
Well, either way, if my count is correct, I believe FaZe right now are up by 2 kills. But either way, it is down to the wire in that department. I would say, honestly, for the Guerrillas, they have to be one of the more difficult teams to play against, right? They just contain them. They don't give anything away. Like, there's a lot of teams, I have to imagine, especially when you're playing in scrims. You just play aggressive. You find the opening. You go look for some spawn kills. Guerrillas, there's a switch, right? If they don't quite have enough clearance, if they don't get that clean 4 down, they just set up around the plane, right? aBeZy played that corner for a solid 15-20 seconds. They know they don't need to get over aggressive. Let the kills come to them. And of course, for FaZe, well, they're just looking around from kills that aren't just showing up in their lap. So Guerrillas tough to play against, and now back on the attack. Of course, we go to A first.
We go to A straight away. Vivid. So the opening nades, the cleanup. Now aBeZy trying to find the opener. It's going to be Vivid. He finds one more. aBeZy up over the top. aBeZy has the best of him. Manages to land the kill. Quick contest now on the A zone. Arcitys is not going to let those players regen that health. Supreme aggression now from Atlanta FaZe. Damage control on point. Managed to stop the A push. Guerrillas not out of the woods just yet. Try to find a few more plane side. Vivid upstairs. He's checking his corners. Can't quite check the cabin. aBeZy does manage to slay him out. Now Arcitys watching that left flank with his life. Plane control still looking good for Atlanta FaZe right now. And 50 seconds remaining chance. Guerrillas got to go big.
And there's a free kill for Arcitys if anyone walks through P2, but they're actually on the A bomb, and it's going to be a double hit in the chow there. A little bit of clearance is actually, that's going to be 3 down. aBeZy finds the next kill as well. He's got top plane control, and Simp, well, he knows this is a kill he needs to find, and a kill he can at least get the first, a beat down for the second. Plane control for him, and well, the world star for the third. Clean shots coming through, and Arcitys finds the 4th kill. Defensive hold strong. Simp on a tear.
Oh, the whole play was looking so good for Guerrillas. You're like, yeah, they're going to hit B. They're going to manage to get play on B. No, Simp lands a crazy 3 kills. And here he goes again. Finds a couple more. That's 5 in a row. Simp. Absolute pandemonium. And he's keeping them pinned as long as he possibly can. 15 seconds remaining chance, and Simp may have just won the round for his team.
Might have won the round and maybe set themselves up as well. Again, the life advantage now heftily in favor of Atlanta FaZe's team. They're going to be up by about 5 or 6 for the moment. Guerrillas trying to make the dash to the point. Can't get there in time. FaZe do secure the defensive win, and more importantly for them, they should secure the defensive round for round 5. But look at the best play. Just finesse on beatdowns. A man that was a world champ in Black Ops 4, and crisp and clean shots for the final kill as well from cross map. Simp, well, again, he might not have been having the best of game, right about even, but just moments like that, throw the team on the back, give him the best play. Man's looking good.
And then now the defensive round as well. Here we go. Atlanta FaZe on defense. Guerrillas have to find the attack. Heavy hit towards A, as is tradition. Slight changes every single time, and a big win from Silly. That's going to be 2, now 3 dead. LAG. Onto the A zone they go. Simp's going to be the only player on this side of the map that can really help out for now. The reinforcements making their way through. LAG, big progress at A. It's a fast cap. A couple of players stacked. Now it's going to be all 3 of them. This is huge. The second tick gone. Over towards B, you have to go for Atlanta FaZe. You have to give this up. Hopefully catch kills in the transition. But man, what a start chance.
Guerrillas, man, they're looking to pour this pressure on. Unfortunately for them, well, everyone's going to fall except for Assault, but Iron Boots is there, but Cellium with the big one-on-one win, and now everyone's stuck in your base. And look at the setup, by the way. You got a player, aBeZy, all the way pushed up in orange. Arcitys has got blue control. You got all the colors you want. The spawn kills starting to come through.
Oh, aBeZy, this is it. The jaws of FaZe start to close around the throat of the Guerrillas here. Can they escape this death hold? That minimap is a bad sight right now for LAG fans, but if they can play this patiently and together, they might just be able to find something here. aBeZy looking for his 5th kill in a row. Not able to quite get it just yet. Great teamwork. That's 2 clean kills right now for LAG. Arcitys, though, still in the back. Can't quite get it done again. So, forward you go. But again, dying that far forward is not a bad thing whatsoever for FaZe. You see how quickly they're able to move through the map. aBeZy finds one more. Vivid. Nice win against Cell. Still trying to purchase some real estate, trying to make their way forward. Vivid leading the charge. Here comes the trade. Silly making his way forward aggressively, and he's chasing aBeZy. He chases him down all the way to the B zone. Here comes the capture chance.
P2 potentially open. That's what Assault's trying to cover. Silly with a nice angle to get the player under the wing. Now you got 2 bodies on point. The progression going just a little bit faster, and that A street control is secure. Now the players for FaZe just trying to float through the street, float through the top of the plane, but Silly is here and ready.
Silly still holding the line, still managing to land these kills. Simp finally puts him to rest, but he still have aBeZy on point. Can he be the X factor? Can he be the man to hold this one down? The first kill goes his way. Any more to be had with Cell on the contest, watching that right flank, waiting for his teammates to get involved. It's going to be Silly helping out, but aBeZy manages to hit the flank. LAG are holding this one together. They are not letting this go quietly, but Cell on the defense. There's Atlanta FaZe. 50 seconds to work with. There's the quick contest. Cell jumped off it for a brief moment and immediately allowed the Guerrillas in. aBeZy, though, chance once again, just keeps finding these kills. Just about 40 seconds to go. Guerrillas got to make it happen.
And it's always just a 2 down on either side. And, well, there's number 3. Well, Guerrillas, after that kill, going to find themselves stuck in their base once again. More players coming up on respawn. Cellium, by the way, 31 kills to his name. Now the A street, well, Arcitys is back, and he knows he can make the move. If you ever try to hop on the point, just go for that flank. Try to get those players off, Guerrillas. They get 1 shot at this push. 15 seconds on the clock.
If it checks every possible corner, but Simp finds the kill into him. Now aBeZy upstairs. No, can't get it done. Final 10. It is all onto Silly. He's got to find these kills and go. 5 seconds now for it. And that's going to be Atlanta FaZe with a 3-2 win. There's no one there. They've just managed to secure it. And my, oh my. LAG made him work for it. And it was blood, sweat, and tears in the end there. But FaZe chance, they just are so strong. And the defensive round goes their way.
I mean, Guerrillas, though, you got to tip the cap to them, right? They got very close. This is when they were completely stuck in their base. They worked themselves out of this spawn trap. It took quite a bit of time to do it, but they make it happen. They try to clear out the middle of the map. You get on the point. They make all of this happen. And, well, I can't remember exactly how it played out, but I remember after Guerrillas got 3 down with 2 bodies stacked up on the point, I think it was Simp that came through, picked up a big double kill, and, well, you all have to go back to point number 1. Start it all again from coming out of your spawn, but credit where credit is due for FaZe on the flip side, making sure to stay perfect on defense. You'll be good to go. And Simp and Cellium, 2 massive reasons why. Cellium just a comfortable game through and through. Frankly, The main reason they got the defense for that round number 5, man had a near double positive KD. He was feeling himself on that control.
Certainly feeling himself, and there you go. Stats on the screen. That was a huge round from aBeZy in the damage department. Massive round from Cell as well, and I cannot believe how close LAG came to taking it 2-1, but hey, we still get to see that Apocalypse, and all things considered, Chance, this could be a wild one. We could see anything coming up here, but my, what a series this has turned out to be. I hope you're enjoying the show as much as you possibly can, friends. For those of you playing at home, don't forget, if you link your YouTube and Activision accounts, you've got tons of cool stuff to be watching and earning throughout Stage 2. Right now, we're giving away the double XP tokens and the double weapon XP tokens, but towards the major, all sorts of fun goodies can be yours. Watch and earn throughout Stage 2. Link your accounts. Link those accounts, and we'll see you in League Play, rocking those very, very cool charms and calling cards and all sorts. Right. We need to go to a quick commercial break and let these players get ready for the next map. Apocalypse Hardpoint is just around the corner. We'll see you after this break.
Season with a statement after 3-0 over the LA Thieves.
And we are back here in the CDL. We have got Apocalypse Hardpoint coming up now. Quick look at the series overview so far, and what a saga this has really been. Oh, Chance LAG, they brought it in Miami. They came so close in the Chickmate control, and now we go to Atlanta's pick, Apocalypse Hardpoint. Will it be just that, though, mate, for the Guerrillas?
I'm going to say the requirement, man. This is where they got to take him down. And of course, if you're trying to take down the team in Hardpoint, well, you see the stats across the board. The stand out by a mile. The hill time might be nice, but I'm looking at the SMG duo. Simp +9 in the kills column and aBeZy a +5. If you can't shut down these SMGs, which frankly, I mean, there's very few teams I think might be capable, you are not going to have a good time. And a map like Apocalypse is going to be right in that same category. So you got to steal one of the respawns for Guerrillas in Apocalypse. Honestly, you know, even the setup for the SMGs, it still might be one of the best potential maps for them to try and play. Of course, we just don't have the information. We don't know what these guys look like in scrims. And on, like, not LAN, I should say, the dream, what it would be. But these guys so far online have only played it once on broadcast apiece. Of course, Atlanta FaZe 1-0 on the flip side, 0-1. But this is where you got to test your mettle for the Guerrillas. We got faith in them if they get to a map number 5, but they got to get there first.
Yep, this is it. This is match point for Atlanta FaZe. A more hard point. They can put the controllers down for the day and put their feet up. For LAG, they are looking to force that game 5, looking to force that express search and destroy, which the only team to beat FaZe so far on that map were, of course, New York, way back when. Here we go, Chance. Apocalypse.
Ready for that. Again, the helicopters, you can just imagine hearing whirring in the background, but nice little opening break coming through. You got the under cat control trying to come in from Silly, and well, where he's not there, Assault certainly is. Of course, you got aBeZy watching Broken as well. This is as good as it gets right off the rip. Again, just nice stagnant play, nice and controlled. You got all the angles covered, and you see the idea. aBeZy actually has a lot of pressure on him with these gunfights, because you can see number 7 Simp. He's thinking about it, trying to find his way through Broken.
Yeah, again, aBeZy has a massive job to do right now. He has to stop these players making their way through. You can see the reinforcements now lining up. The rest of LAG coming to get involved. aBeZy gets himself 2. There's a third round the corner if he's feeling brave, and brave might not be it. He's got his teammates. That's trust. That's a veteran play. Great job staying alive. aBeZy will simply not be brought down. Oh, okay. But there you go. Great hold. And LAG, what a start this has been. Hardpoint's about to pop wide open. They're going to have their feet in it first.
I mean, you got, what, a 44-point lead or a 40-point lead after the first hill, the second hill. They keep trying to flood through Broken. Everyone's going to die when they're trying to come through, but the back spawns never got blocked, so Silly. Pressure's on. You have every single player on FaZe looking to hunt you down, trying to stay up and wait for his teammates to come through, and his teammates are there. The reinforcements are in. They're trying to hold this hill from the front.
Oh, LAG holding the hill from the front. They're doing a great job. The shots keep coming through. FaZe finally get on point. 35 seconds remain. If they can win the fight, great. If not, well, we'll see him on the next hard point. Let's listen to the comms now and go for an Astro Gaming listen in with the Los Angeles Guerrillas.
Oh, great.
Nice. You won't left, don't give up.
Yeah, there's a guy match or something. I threw a trophy. I shredded them.
I hit him broken. I hit him broken wall.
Broken wall.
I'm holding top maps, like outside.
I broke maps.
Oh, he went top maps. No.
I'm one shot.
Two top maps.
I'm gonna TV. Your blue's open. I'm gonna TV.
No, I meant right into them. They're both up there.
They're going right. They're going right.
He's in TV. Look like solo TV.
TV cell. Absolutely dead.
DJ's there.
Shot. One can be front.
Alex can be blue. Alex can be blue.
Gotcha.
P1.
It could be P1.
Alex low dirt. Low blue weak. He's slid away. Alex slid away. He's gonna be blue.
Got him. I got him. Blue.
Maps. Sell weak maps. Sell one shot.
Help each other.
That's fine. You can
stay
on.
Flank you flood. I raise TV. Flank you flood.
I'm
dropping heli.
Alright, jump down. Jump low. I'm staying time. You can go
P1. P1. I TV. Stay down. One shot. TV still somewhere. Heli. 2 heli. TV cell. Another one. Heli. Dirt. TV cell. He's jumping on me. He's jumping on P1. Nice. Stay up, Brian. They'll hit you. Actually, they might spawn back. This time. Go around here.
I am. I
got
time.
He's back left TK. Back left TK.
Go deep, guys.
Yeah, I'm going deep. I'm gonna hold ammo first.
Time. Go with him.
Yep. I'm gonna defend front.
Yeah, take your time. Take your time in this. Wait for me. Two in the back, okay?
I'm just watching stairs.
If we get kills in one square.
They're in the back.
Might just play tight.
I hear him back left. He's gonna be back with a trophy.
I'm trying to Tiki for you guys.
He has trophy.
I got him broken.
He's gonna be like right here behind the Tiki maybe. I'm looking over you. I think he's close, Justin.
I'm back out.
Hide in Tiki.
Tell dead.
Hide trophy.
He's back.
Some great communication coming out there from the LA Guerrillas. I mean, everything you want from comms, they absolutely delivered. Calling out spawn, calling out rotation, helping each other out. It's about as good as it gets. Unfortunately, though, the kills, at least for this hardpoint specifically, do not go their way. They get that clean 4 wipe, and frankly, this is not an easy hill to break at all. That is why everyone starting to wrap around the backside of the map. They might already be thinking about setting up for new.
It was about 30 or 25 seconds down to make the plays. They will be doing just that. Simp from upstairs, easy cleanups. Good work. So FaZe, a perfect transition from that last hard point to the next one. Silly goes down as well. Atlanta FaZe flood the point, swarming like flies over candy. They're going to find those kills. Now they're going to net themselves not just the great hill time from that last one, but now over to the bottom of ammo and aBeZy. My word, just finding those kills in Chicken Coop absolutely beheads Vivid. What do they have for the push now? 3-man hit from down low is going to likely be the one. Cellium's watching upstairs in the ammo room. Oh, sorry, by Coop. Oh, big wins. But it doesn't look like a great offensive hit now from LAG. FaZe will hold for now.
And right now the problem is you're basically forced to flood in through the trenches side of the map. That is your only open avenue right now. And well, you try to slide in. Arcitys is there with the AR, and you got a man sitting in a corner. So there are no fun routes to go through, even on the full flank. Maybe the opening's there. Vivid able to get into top ammo, but he is the lone man. All of his teammates are falling. He's got one more for the drop to come in the corner spot. OP Simp, the only kill he needed to get, and he delivered at least for the first one. You got to imagine inside the actual point, even though they get the trades, that's only for the final 15 seconds of scrap that they can't even get because Cellium is right back in for the two-piece for the final few seconds.
And it's just huge time. You look at the amount the leader's grown by from FaZe. That's hard point to hard point, 2 nearly perfect ones. The good news now for LAG, you've got control of mid-map. That's where you found that opening success. Big problem you've got, though, is aBeZy is in the back of the temple. And with that kill, he may as well have sealed it. There's the spawns now for Atlanta FaZe. That play from aBeZy just made a huge difference going into this next hard point.
Going into the next hard point, well, this is actually the one hill where Guerrillas have had the most success. Not even on the P2, it genuinely has been this first open hill. And aBeZy, now that he's secured his team, the spawns now can go on the attack. But he actually sees that his teammates fall. So Guerrillas actually do manage to do a decent job of keeping the back spawns. But this was the problem FaZe had last time around. They couldn't find a way to get through Broken. This time, 2 players get through. It's Silly trying to be the man on defense. And Silly, so far, so good. FaZe right now, again, giving all of this time away on the first hill. They are getting bullied.
Again, bullied, and aBeZy, he's one of the bullies doing the damage. Now, Vivid makes his way through the jump up. Clean sweep of the trophies. aBeZy on a 3 spree. This map is back and forth. And already, we're seeing a decent hold now from Vivid. Front line, can't quite get it done. Cellium's going to find the kills. Now that it leads one opening that Atlanta FaZe can work with. Spawns have changed again. It's going to be Vivid on the other side of the map. Can he make his way through the center and get back into the fight? 2 kills now going the way of LAG and Chance. Honestly, this is a good hold. You've got to take on, what, 1, 2, maybe more spawns, waves of spawns. And LAG can get themselves right back into this one. aBeZy up first. Nice kill on Asim. And FaZe have been stunted, man. They've just had to pump the brakes, slow this right down, wait for the pinch, and this is all time going to the Guerrillas.
I mean, this is just so much time wasted too. And again, Guerrillas, the patient team, are actually maybe just not patient enough, but even still, Simp, the last one alive, he gets dealt with. FaZe has been losing this game purely just because of that first hill. They were putting so much pressure to try to go through Broken to get to that second hard point, which is the money hill, that they end up giving away so much time on P1, maybe 80 seconds of the 180 that Guerrillas have total, and they don't even get those P2 spawns anyway. So they get punished on the early hills, but FaZe, of course, punished Guerrillas on the latter hills. And at least here on this P3, well, it's going to be a little bit scrappy. Simp looking for the final kill on Vivid. Of course, last man up, Vivid, trying to do a nice job to stay alive, and job well done. Picks up 2 with the Diamondcon.
Will he finally be able to get those sought-after streaks? He saw the trophy go down. He knows Arcitys is coming from that direction. Oh, aBeZy finds the shots as well. Great teamwork from LAG. Cellium managing to land the kills, finally gets the 2-piece. Hard point still in the hands of the Guerrillas. 200 points now crossed. aBeZy bringing the reinforcements through, and somebody snuck to top TV. Someone's above you right now, Silly. And it's going to be Simp trying to get the shots in, slow these players down. 25 seconds remaining on this hard point. aBeZy goes pretty big in mid. It's 20 seconds to play for now, Chance, and it should go to the Guerrillas.
And this is a big moment too. Vivid looking for Cellium as well. Well, he gets that clean and easy. Guerrillas on point again. We heard their communication earlier. Pretty much perfect. This is a hill where they got full 16 on, but now they're here first. aBeZy inside a coop trying to make things a little bit spicy, but frankly, Vivid should just be the fall guy. As long as he stays alive, there's nothing to worry about. No concerns at all. And Silly's inside the hard point. Guerrillas looking to win this game here and force it to a game number 5.
Simp's going to try and do something about it. The reinforcements are there. Final 10 now for the win. aBeZy, though, on his horse, charging in a battle. Vivid's going to spear him down. This could be it. Can Simp slow it? No. 5 seconds for the win. This is to force the game 5 as Silly gets involved as well. And Los Angeles Guerrillas, we're going to Express. We're going to a game 5. And wipe the sweat from your brow, boys. That was a big win.
That was a big win, and I think that might be one of the most difficult losses FaZe has had all year long. They get beat every now and again on a map here, on a map there, but not very often like that. And again, those first 2 hills, absolutely money from the side of Guerrillas. And shout out to Silly as well. Iron Sight QBZ paying dividends. Dropped 21 kills to his name, which 21 might not sound like a lot, but I'm fairly certain he led the lobby. Guerrillas, an efficient team, and honestly, just chef's kiss from that Astro Gaming listen-in. So clean, so good.
Dangerous squad right now as FaZe. How will they handle this sort of situation? Of course, they've been there before. We've got a couple of world champs on that team in the form of Simp, aBeZy, and Arcitys. But for now, I think, you know, it's take a breath, get some water on the face. Just like, okay, boys, we know who we are. Let's just close this one out and search. Here we go, though. The stats on your screen. And again, it was nothing but love Vivid going absolutely huge, and silly. You called it, man. 21 and 12. Ironsight QBZ running the tack flack, having a lot of fun there. Atlanta FaZe, though, not out of this one yet. We have one more map in this series, and everyone's pick'ems have been ruined, except for maybe those super hardcore LAG fans that just had the time stone out, and they knew what was going on here, man. But here we go. Well, friends, here we go. One more map in this series. Plenty of excitement, much to play for as Atlanta FaZe. A little bit of soul searching to do before we go. The parrot was in the game as well. It's a danger. This is basically the Scump play of the game for that last one. It was the parrot. Get out of there, man. It's a dangerous war zone. There's all sorts of people shooting each other, trying to capture imaginary points on the ground. But we love that parrot. Good job, observers, catching that one. And shout out Treyarch for putting these fun little nuggets in game. And don't try to shoot him. That's all I'm saying. Right, we come back from the break. It's Search and Destroy. It's game 5. Don't want to miss it.
The Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G.
All right, here we go. Game 5, Atlanta FaZe, Los Angeles Guerrillas. It's their home series after all. You're gonna give it to them, FaZe. You're gonna make them work real hard for it. What a run this has been. This series is back and forth, and FaZe, not the usual smiles you see across that screen. You know, normally the vibes are all up. They're all having fun. They ain't assassinating the LA Thieves here. The Guerrillas are putting up a serious fight, and we've got a game 5 on our hands. Amazing how that kind of, like, chancing the back and forth we have between the Los Angeles teams. Like, oh, the Thieves are the best. Nah, man, Guerrillas are the best right now. Oh, what's going to look like by the end of the season? Who knows? But, whoa, Express, we're almost there.
And keep in mind, this is an Express where I think FaZe are up to 3 total Search and Destroy losses on the entire year. One of those losses was on Express. Another one of those losses was obviously in this series to the Los Angeles Guerrillas. So I'm sure these guys had no doubt in their minds that they could take FaZe down, but there's the evidence that they needed to prove that in Search and Destroy, absolutely capable. And frankly, aBeZy Express is just so spicy. Not a ton of VOD really on either team. And then even frankly, like for FaZe, if Guerrillas are trying to do research, like FaZe, if they lost, obviously gonna be mixing things up. So it's a bit of just an unknown quality. It's gonna be about all these mid-round adjustments, who can be the playmakers. And if I had to take a guess, I would imagine Guerrillas might steal a strat from the Empire and throw some of those nades up on the, I don't know what it's called, the scoreboard, the ticket board, whatever it's gonna be, and look for those intro kills on aBeZy. There's a game number 2. coming in. The stats again, App was popping off, and he basically locked the B bomb site down on Miami by himself. If he can lock down a site here on Express as well, Guerrillas, man, they will be good to go.
Father Apathy putting up big work. 3.33 overall there in the first game in Miami. My only worry is Miami and Express, like they could not be more different. You know what I mean? Like it couldn't be more different. But we're now gonna have a quick look at our social soundboard powered by Astro. And the Florida Mutant is today the day? Is this it? Is this the moment? We see FaZe a slight fall from grace, but I mean we put them on a pedestal with good reason, but a single series loss is enough to show the rest of the league that it can be done. The gods do bleed and you can bring them down. If it bleeds, we can kill it. Shout out Predator. What a movie. What a movie, kids. Go watch it. All right, Chance. Here we go. Final map of the day. We're on Express. And this one, I mean, the spice factor. We're at 3 chilies right now. This is not for the faint of heart.
Looks like FaZe, well, normal setup from them, right? Cellium goes down this lane, goes for some wall bangs to spot out information, but nobody's home on that side of the map. And again, you talk about just mid-lane adjustments. Right now, Guerrillas, they're waiting for the kills to come their way, and there's first blood. aBeZy loves to get aggressive, and well, set up the trap, able to take him down. First blood battle early on by way of Apathy.
Yep, trap claps and finds himself that little aBeZy. And Absol, you're playing with the aggression of FaZe. The two of them make their way forward. Cellium and aBeZy, early graves for them. Simp now making his way forward. And Arcitys now, 2 Krigs in hand. On the defense, desperately trying to sort of oscillate back and forth between the A and the B site. Making sure eyes on Arcitys can't catch a whiff of any of these players. Silly, though, meanwhile, has made his way to the terminal already. B-bomb site will be the target. And this is going to be a very, very difficult retake, especially on the B site for FaZe with 2 men versus 4.
You're looking for the playmaking potential out of Simp and Arcitys to try to make something happen, but this is the dream situation for the Guerrillas. You get bombed down, you get Vivid the opportunity to go for the late flank, and as long as he doesn't get picked, he is the key man, and he's got the information as well. Trap set, Arcitys last man standing, and well, play with your food, get the kills. Perfect round of search and destroy coming out from the Guerrillas. And when I say perfect, I mean it. aBeZy for the first blood walks into the line of sight of Apathy. Next gunfight we see coming through, it's Assault pre-aiming down that the top catwalk, and he's got Silly right next to him. Atlanta FaZe walking into the the line site. Oh dear. Of the Los Angeles Guerrillas. But again, perfect round, perfect way to start this game number 5.
Super clean start, Cell. Oh, he caught one there. That's enough information. Wow, the movement from Cellium. Slicker than a greased up Matthew McConaughey. Gets out of trouble like that. You saw that nade appear on screen for a fraction of a second and the man was gone. Nades up. Apathy should land Simp. Oh, doesn't actually get it, so Simp, for a brief few moments, his presence will go undetected. 4v4. Trophies are down. Oh, that's why the nade didn't land. There you go. 3-man is going to be hitting the back now for LAG. Chance, 1 through the front.
All right. Everybody is stacked up down low. All 4 players from FaZe, they are just playing for these trades. Apathy, well, he's being sneaky, but there is less than 25 seconds on the clock, and Guerrillas haven't found anybody. Every single gunfight about to go down.
Here they go. Vivid's in first, finds the first kill. Cell goes down also. Vivid! What a brilliant 3-piece with his teammates to back him up. Silly's going to go for the defuse. Pass it on over to Vivid. He's playing for points right now, and LAG with the retake.
Oh, so fresh and so clean. Dude, that is like their raid strat. Give up the bomb plant for free. Just take your time, suffocate him, and trap him in. Even for the best play, well, he's going to be able to pick up 3. All right. All right for the second, and aBeZy. All right for the third. Efficiency, clean. And again, the pressure's on, right? Less than 25 seconds on the clock in that situation. All 8 players are still alive, but every single player from the Guerrillas taking their time, clearing every single lane out. They knew exactly where all the players from FaZe had to be. And frankly, just put them in the blender. And I'd say for FaZe, man, they got to figure something out. First bloods have not been going their way. They try to get aggressive. They're getting punished. They might have to either slow down a little bit, or if they want to keep the aggression up, just do it as a team.
Oof. Well, one more round to prove their mettle. Eyes on Vivid. Aggression through the mid-map. Checks ticket. There's an aBeZy. Just about gets the kill before being brought down. It's a 3v2. Silly's going to make it a 3v1. Now Arcitys. This is going to be a tough one. Charges forward. Bombs can still be in the hand of aBeZy, who's going to be able to plant that. No contest. Chance, you have to wonder, I mean, the vetoes. Atlanta FaZe, do they not know that Express is... It's in LA. Like, it's home field advantage all day long for the Guerrillas. And Arcitys takes one, but nowhere near enough. Guerrillas, 3 rounds in a row. Oh boy.
3 rounds in a row, and honestly, these first bloods have just been on point. Here's a look as to why, even on defense, level of aggression on point. Silly hunting Cellium down, picking up the 2 big kills, and if I remember correctly, we came into this round with Vivid on a 4 spree, thinking about some streaks. I think he got 1 more kill to his name, and I can't remember if he was the player that fell in that round or not, but whether or not he's thinking about streaks, either way, hot start, 3-round lead, 5 kills to his name, but the team effort across the board. Guerrillas so far have had their number, and on the attack, well, this bomb going down low towards B.
Nades are all out. Trophies are there to stop everyone from getting hurt. Simp will be able to get the bomb down quickly at B. So this is the first time we've really seen Atlanta FaZe not only not get first blooded, but also find some premium positioning. Vivid, though, can't quite find the ankles of Cellium. He put a lot into aBeZy, but the pinch is now on. 2 of them going to be making their way into the terminal from the right side of the map. 1 now, aBeZy from the left. Can he take care of Arcitys? He does. That's an open lane. Here comes the pinch from the right-hand side. And it is go, go, go right now for LAG. They're in. They're on the point. Any more shots, any more kills to be had? Cell can't take care of everyone, but he's going to damn well try. Simp's the last player left alive now inside tickets, and he's playing this one so smart. Big brain, massive brain plays from Simp. It's not over just yet. Silly, though, charges forward. My God. Simp certainly made them work for that one, but the numbers were there for LAG. That is 4 rounds just about. Oh, my word.
Think about the way these rounds are going. If you're FaZe on the attack, you try to go to A, you get the bomb plant down for free, and you just get swarmed on site. What happens 2 rounds later on the next attack? This time they go towards B. And frankly, they pressured him out. As soon as Guerrillas had the information that B is going, they backed out of the site. They gave it up for free and said, we trust our 4v4 retakes on site. We'll do it at either one, and the same thing. It is just suffocating. They just trap you in. And their teamwork is so incredible. Again, that Astro Gaming listening, just an example as to why. Now FaZe may be aggressive towards the A side on defense. The stick's not through, but the first blood is. That is now 4 or 5 rounds in a row, excuse me, where the first blood goes towards the Guerrillas.
Oh, Vivid would still be alive now if you knew how to climb that train, but the trays are going to be sweet, on point, no problem. 3v2, what are we watching? It's not over yet. 1 minute remains. Bomb going to be making its way back in towards B. Time and time again, we see the Guerrillas do this one. No problem. They don't win the opening fight at A. They don't have the advantage. They chalk it up, and they run over to the other side of the map. Atlanta FaZe have not even taken the slither of the bait. They're lost right now on Express.
They might be lost. Well, Guerrillas have found them. At least one player, Arcitys, spotted out towards the middle of the map. You get the bomb out for free and assault. Well, now he knows he's got both of them. Arcitys again in a 1 versus 3. The 3rd time it feels like we've seen him in a spot like this, and the 3rd time where he just goes down instantly. Perfection. I would say this search and destroy so far. Every single first blood by way of the Guerrillas. Every single defensive round they've had. Perfect retakes on the bomb site. Every single offense, they're just finding the picks, making the adjustments, and they're just all over the map right now. 5 in a row, and frankly, well, don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We both know what map we're on.
We both know what map we're on. We both know what it means, but do not hit F5. Do not adjust your devices. It is 5-0 right now. And the Los Angeles Guerrillas not only looking to take it here in the final round, but looking to make it a 6-0. My God, Arcitys, he's going to fight for it, but the writing is on the wall. It's a 6-0. And that is game 5. That's a big win for LAG. It's their home series after all, and they snatched it there in the final map. Oh my God.
The best S&D team in the game going against the Guerrillas. And well, Guerrillas show up and beat them 12-2 in round count. Nothing short of domination, nothing short of clean work, and frankly, one of the easiest games of Search and Destroy I think we've watched. Every single first blood going their way. Some of the rounds outright dominant. The retakes perfect. The offensive round, the adjustments, so fresh, so clean. And Guerrillas, they got their revenge. Nobody beats them 3 times in a row, and they take down, for the first time this season, the best team in the game. A hell of a win for them to get, and maybe just a small little smile on their face.
I mean, like, even after that kind of win, it's like Vivid just still scratching the hairs on his chin, just pondering, just thinking about the VOD he's gonna watch later. Everyone's feeling pretty cool, pretty calm. I would be a little bit more hype. I'd probably throw my chair over, but like, again, that was a great series. And the Guerrillas, not only do they stop the spree that FaZe was on, but they do it in both of the Search and Destroys as well. And look at the stats. Vivid and Silly, they went massive. aBeZy 4-1 with only like 500 something damage, all good. They ran FaZe on Express.
And keep in mind, right, if we're thinking about the lay of the land where everybody stands for stage 2, clear-cut FaZe still pretty much guaranteed for winners. There's no fear there. And Guerrillas came into this at 0-3, so they're going to end up in the losers bracket. So maybe in terms of seeding, this map did not, or series did not have too many implications. But either way, massive win for the Guerrillas to get. If you can beat the best team in the world, you can win tournaments, you can make a losers bracket run. A necessary win for those guys to get. And frankly, I mean, just looking at their Search and Destroy, that is as clean as you could possibly expect. They might start clicking just a little bit more in that game mode. That can be a thing that can really put this team over the edge.
Well, we're going to take a little look at some exciting moments from that game. But boy, I think, again, I saw some tweets, a few pick'ems were out there. But for our Scuff play of the game, it's going to go to Silly. Vivid had a wild run. I mean, everyone came to play. But Clutch, it's one way to describe it. Pure dominance is another. Chance, walk us through this.
And again, this is just the patience, man. There is 21 seconds on the clock before a single gunfight even like is taken from either team, but it's just that clean work. No one's getting through. No lane is going to be left unchecked. No angle uncovered. And it is just perfect work coming in from the team. And of course, Vivid, he gets most of the credit as he picks up 3 big ones for that round. But it really wasn't just this one. It was every single round on offense or defense. Guerrillas doing everything about as perfectly as you could possibly expect. So great win from them. 12-2 in map or round count in Search and Destroy against FaZe is always something to be proud of. So good win for them as they look towards the remainder of the year.
Group A standings and everything looks a little different now. FaZe, after that loss, it is no longer an open and shut group. They are tied there with NYSL. Tied up in the middle is going to be Ultra and Royal Ravens, and 1-3 for both the teams of LA. I mean, oof, my OCD is happy there. Again, it would be the LA teams at 1-3 as well. They would be tied up together. Brilliant though. Again, it might not change too much overall, but we still have an opportunity for some movement there. And again, here are the remaining games. So with that in mind, let's now take a look at what matches are still left before we get to that major. And Chance, this is going to get real interesting. New York could take first place. They could honestly do it. And what, we're going to see the battle for Los Angeles coming up after that. And mate, just take it. Just you take it from here. I need a breather.
I mean, I would say the main thing for me, you know, the Atlanta FaZe and the New York Subliners, I would imagine pretty much guaranteed for the winners bracket in the top 3. Yes, they still want to get theirs wins to make sure that they get the highest seed possible, but the battle, the real one, it's going to be between Toronto Ultra and Royal Ravens, right? The 2 teams tied at 2-2, and obviously from the series we saw earlier, Toronto at least gets that first section of the tiebreakers to go their way, so the opportunity's there, but both of those teams, it is what Ravens have to deal with FaZe, and Ultra has to deal with the Subliners, potentially to be the difference maker to get out towards winners. And of course, while all of that looming in the background for Florida, congrats. Today was, in fact, the day FaZe no longer perfect.
The social soundboard powered by Astro. They asked the question, they answer it themselves. Was it rhetorical or was it one that we were all asking ourselves? I mean, I know a lot of us came into this day. I think Nameless beforehand, he was like, I just think Guerrillas are going to get thunderclapped. And he wasn't wrong. None of us were wrong. We all thought the same. But boy, did LAG prove us wrong, and at their own home series, no less. Woo, well, we've got a few more games to go before we get to the almighty major, the second so far in the CDL 2021 season. April 7th to 11th. Get it in your calendars, friend. This one presented by Seany. Again, blocks on the screen. They're going to be blocking out them nasty blue lights and hopefully blocking out them bad vibes for those teams who are going to be trying to make a run. That's all from myself and Chance. Today's games are now finished. We've still got plenty of Call of Duty to talk. When we come back after this break, Lottie will be talking to aBeZy, who has got to be feeling good after that incredibly exciting matchup against Atlanta FaZe. Whew, our Game Fuel Victory Spotlight coming up just after this break. On behalf of myself and Chance, we'll see you guys later this weekend.
The Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G. The Call of Duty League is presented by Seany, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armor your eyes with Seany Blocks blue light protection glasses by visiting seany.com/gaming.
Hello everybody and welcome to your Game Fuel Victory Spotlight. Joining me, I do have the one and only aBeZy from LAG. I mean, right now this is probably quite a surreal feeling for you guys to have taken down the best team we have in the league thus far, just based on stats and stats alone. Right now, what are you and the guys feeling coming across on the other end of this victory?
We're definitely feeling great. We're really happy with that. I know we've kind of had a rocky start to stage 2. We haven't been really playing to our potential. We've had some close series, so it just feels good to be one of the best teams or the best team in the game right now. And yeah, just got to keep it up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just talking in specifics on what happened in that series, because there's a lot to unpack here. But obviously, that was the first time FaZe have ever lost a Miami Search and Destroy. You really took it to them with the really super slow offensive pushes there from you guys. And honestly, the second one, Express, that was just ridiculous. An absolute clean 6-0 sweep there on that S&D. Talk to me how you guys, really pushed through with the S&Ds and what you did to really counter what Atlanta FaZe wanted to do.
I mean, a map like Miami, we kind of know how they like to play it. Obviously, they like to play pretty aggressive some rounds, so we just slow down the round, make sure we're utilizing teamwork, helping each other, executing the right things. And on Express, it's just a map that we've been working on a lot lately, and I feel like teams are or probably haven't been working on it as much. And obviously, we have our coach, Embry Bevels, who, he helps us a lot with S&D and helps us be on top of our game.
Absolutely. Well, I think my mic is not doing so great right now, but I want to give you your chance to speak to the LAG fans. Is there anything you want to say to them? Obviously, taking the win off FaZe in your own home series.
I just want to say, we're trying our best to be a top team or one of the best teams. Obviously, we have our rocky moments and our close matches, but we see the potential. I'm sure some people see it too. and we just need to keep working and work harder because, you know, at some point maybe we slacked a little, and we've been putting in a lot of work lately, and we're just going to keep going hard and making sure that we can be the best team for you guys.
Love it. Love it. Wise words, aBeZy. Thank you so much. A huge congratulations. Unbelievable defeat there against Atlanta FaZe, and I'm so happy for you guys. Best of luck going forward and heading on to the major.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, there you have it, guys. aBeZy himself. I'm going to go and try and get my mic fixed, but we'll be back on the desk breaking down everything we saw from the day and talking about the rest of the week heading into our second major. We'll see you in a few.
Where my friends go, it was simple. When the ends low, switch the tempo. I got right, I got heart, I don't die, I'ma fight. I go down, bet I strike, I go hard day and night. Money on the line, keep calling. Money on the books, need all that. My kids, they'll be ballin'. Got a real bankroll, not for Instagram. My mama on the line, keep calling. Praying for me, know I need all that. Told me it's not about ballin'. Real blessed, but I'm still sinning, man. I got right, I got heart, I don't die, I'ma fight. I go down, bet I strike, I go hard day and night.
Here are the results from today, courtesy, of course, of our US Army schedule here. But I don't know about you guys, but my pick'ems are kind of dust in the wind at this point. My God, what a day this has been. Toronto, they managed to clutch up against the London Royal Ravens, despite the Royal Ravens going on an absolute tear for the past couple of weeks. LAG take the one and only Atlanta FaZe to a Game 5, and not only that, folks, but they take them down in that final S&D 6-0. What a day it has been for Los Angeles. We do actually have an Astro Social soundboard. My friend, Nameless, with the fire emojis, because we have a prophet walking among us apparently. Nameless, you already knew that this was gonna happen. How?
Listen, Lottie, I am mind blown at that series. They dominated them in the search and destroy. The Apocalypse Hardpoint was fantastic. Silly was playing out of his mind. Like, nobody was expecting this. People are going into this series like, oh, this is going to be a quick, swift 3-0. LAG come out in their home series and take out the #1 team in the CDL. That was unbelievable, man. And the way that they did it, the excellence that they showed in search and destroy. They clearly had the VOD review on pat. Like, they knew exactly where they were coming from. From the first round of Express Search and Destroy, they were getting those first bloods. I mean, it was just great all around. Their team pushes worked perfectly. They were giving up bomb sites on Express. They would literally let FaZe get to a bomb planet. They would let FaZe trap themselves, and then they would converge from all sides and take them out. Now, whose specialty is that? That is the FaZe specialty. We've been talking all season long about how FaZe back you down, they trap you on the map, and then they converge on you. Well, LAG flipped the script. They did that to FaZe, and that is what me and you talked about in the opening segment. You gotta play them on the bigger AR maps. They did that throughout the entire series, and then the new maps. Apocalypse and Express come away with the win.
Smart plays, man. It was smart all round. But the fact that you even had the thought that they might pull this off, but LAG were the team to do this, they played to FaZe's weaknesses. Actually, if anything, they formed weaknesses for FaZe, which is very impressive to say the least. And the S&Ds were just stunning from them. The fact that they came out very slow out the gates, and it's something that FaZe aren't used to. FaZe had to really play to that style right at the start with Miami, and taking that loss for the first time for them, that might have actually been the kind of swivel and pivoted this series round for them. The pressure after taking already a map from them, LAG moving forward like an absolute train heading out the station. Unbelievable stuff from the guys. And you know what? Something I want to say to FaZe is, I did say about complacency, and I do feel like they weren't quite in it properly in that series. I feel like the complacency might have started to kick in a little bit, but look, every team is working in this league to be better than they were the day before, and that goes for LAG, and that goes for the best teams that we have in the league. You need to be better than you were yesterday, and I hope FaZe can kind of find that after this devastating loss for them, I'm sure. But tell you what, we do have our US Army schedule for tomorrow, because we have double the matches here. We got some really big things happening. And talking about double, we got a lot of teams here, 2 for 2, that I'm really excited to see perform, because there's a lot on the line from this day. Actually, there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of math here. Nameless and I have been kind of trying to figure it out, but there is the potential for many different things. We'll talk about that in a sec. Nameless, what are you most excited to see here?
Yeah, I think I'm most excited for the Minnesota Røkkr versus Seattle Surge. You can see right there in Group Bravo, I mean, just how close all the records are there. It's definitely going to come down to some wild stuff. But when it comes to that match in particular, one, it's going to decide some of the tiebreakers there. But also Røkkr, they're the one team that I think, has a great chance of being a contender going into the major up against FaZe. I think once FaZe, they got a fire lit under them after that match, they're only going to get better. But stylistically, Røkkr are another team that is fantastic at Search and Destroy. They're undefeated in the mode of Search and Destroy and Control since picking up Standy. And in Hardpoint, they proved that they can either win versus the top teams or take them to the very end. I mean, their 2 wins are against Empire and OpTic. That speaks just volumes in and of itself right there. So I'm just excited to see them go into the major, and they got to get a big win here versus Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, Group B, no one controls their fate in Group B. There's 4 teams there, 2 for 2, and we've even got actually 2 of those teams facing each other tomorrow. It's going to be wild. There's a potential for a 4-way tie. I mean, that would be incredible. That the level of competition that we have in this league is unmatched, and it's probably the best we've seen in such a long time here. And hey, look, LAG is proving that for sure. But a 4-way tie. Wonder how that would shake things up. Nameless, you reckon that could actually happen here?
Yeah, I think it can. I mean, you got to think like, one of those teams wins, they're 3-2. If OpTic beats Empire, then both of them will be sitting at 3-2. And then if Mutineers beat Legion, they're also 3-2. So then right there, you're sitting at a 4-way tie, which who knows what it comes down to at that point. People a lot smarter at math than me and you are going to have to figure that out. It's going to be a nightmare, but it's going to be awesome to watch it unfold.
We're literally just chatting and, watching the games, and I said to him, look, you're going to have to carry me through the math, dude, because it just straight over my head. I can't even think about it. But if someone tells me something's happening, I listen. I can count to 10.
Yeah.
I do it on a regular basis, and that's fine. But I tell you what, we do have an absolutely epic day of Call of Duty League action tomorrow. I can't wait to be back on the desk with my very good friend Nameless. It's a very special day tomorrow as well for him, but we'll let you guys figure that one out for yourselves. Thank you so much for joining us here on YouTube, and we will be back very shortly, just one sleep away, 3 p.m. tomorrow Eastern or 12 p.m. Pacific. Don't forget about us. Come back. We'll have plenty more coming your way. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Boy, oh boy, what a slaughter that was. Cammy on a bit of a tear now. God dang, Ultra are looking fine. The battle for the North is already off to a great start.
Strong start from Toronto.
Brand wins another big one. Oh my word! Ultra close it out. Hold the line. What a start. Assault. Wow. 1-2. Woo-hoo-hoo. Give it to him. Oh! Non-stop, dude. They've got nowhere to run.
Now the victory lap.